And now we're live. Wow.
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 The magic of
Wow.
technology.
B-but.
Butt B, actually.
I'm
But yes.
sorry.
Wow.
Oh my god, I love Monty's vibe.
I
Yep.
know.
Vacation
Look
An
at
Monty.
him.
active image.
This is what happens when you don't specify the clothing you want.
No, the clothing is good. Like when the clothing was thrown at him last episode, I was really hoping you'd just go flowery as heck, because it's what Cal would have ordered. So
Actually, well, you told me
we're in a
it was,
happy
was
place.
wearing red trousers and there was flowers all over it, and his shirt was sheer. And I was like, all right, then. This is going to be fun to put Monty in because this is very anti-Monty.
Yep.
So our rogue now looks like a bard, and everything is good.
Yep.
Hello,
He looks
everybody.
just like his brother.
He looks a lot like his brother.
Really do.
Nothing has changed here. Nothing at all. Hi, everyone. We had a week off, and now my brain is
Oh,
those
nice.
sound effects in that specific order. That's how my brain feels. I cannot remember my intros. I can't remember what I'm doing here. What's D&D? Let's find out. It's Monday night, and you're watching Hellions of Carnocht. It's time to traumatize some teenagers. I am joined tonight by our wonderful cast. If you guys would like to introduce yourself.
Am I still first? Hold
You are
on.
still first.
Okay, hello. My name is Emily Pearson. I am an artist. I play Zanthe. He is a changeling, sorcerer warlock who currently just realized that his brother killed Monty's brother, so that's pretty cool. We're doing fun fact for the week is best advice our characters have ever gotten. Xanth, one time from his guild, got the advice that if you're going to steal something from a specific place, make sure that you write down or have a mental list at least of everything that you're going to steal so that you do not stay too long. Did not take this advice when he stole from the headmaster's office. So that didn't turn out too well.
Just because it's good advice doesn't mean Xanth will ever follow it.
Exactly.
Is that good advice?
I mean,
It's good for Xanth.
it's good
It's
for
good
Xanth.
advice for Xanth.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna steal something, don't linger. Is just good advice in general.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, I have to say.
Hey, yeah.
Ned?
Oh, hi. I'm Ned. I play Monty, who is our half-elf rogue. He's currently rocking a vacation look. I am a cartoonist and comic book writer. I have my next comic is an anthology that's coming out next month called Young Men in Love. And I wrote a lovely story that was illustrated by the wonderful Ian Bisbao called Another Name. And it is about being is about my coming out as trans story. And yes, that was delightful. So the best advice that Monty ever received was actually from his paramour Lawrence. The first night that they spent together, Lawrence told him that like being honest is the best thing. Specifically, when I want to say something but don't know how or I'm scared to, is to count to 10 and just say it. Monty has not taken this, has listened to the advice. He has not followed through on it, but he has it in the back of his head, being like, I should just say it at some point.
Also really sad knowing where this advice was prompted from.
Oh,
Yeah. It
I
is
guess
a
it's,
Danny, yes.
it is my turn. I always think I'm at the end because I used to be at the end.
You did used to be that. I was sneaky and I swapped us, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just have to remember things now. Hi, I'm Danny. I am a freelance illustrator. I am in too many games. I'm in a game tomorrow night. I'm in this game. I play Yenna in this game. Who she's got a lot of advice over the years, for like unsolicited advice from adults. But the advice she probably likes the most is be like glass. Um, be beautiful, transparent, and if someone tries to break you, cut them.
God, amazing.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
Oh.
Exactly the type of thing mommy would tell her.
Is it me?
It's
Yeah.
you.
Oh my gosh. Hi guys. I'm Dodger and I play Yulie, and Yulie's a little anxiety wizard. And in that vein, I think pretty early on in her life at school, she oh, thank you. I was just brought pizza. Sorry.
Oh, beautiful.
Um
Apologize for
I know. I think pretty early on in her school life, she was told to ask more questions and actually listen to the answers, because Yulie had a really hard time like connecting with people and making friends. Um and it took a really long time to realize like I can ask questions, but if I'm not listening to the answers, then I don't actually learn something about the person and I don't know how to follow up with a question that's actually meaningful. And I think that she was given that advice, and it's the reason why she was able to be a pretty decent like reporter for the newspaper and stuff. So
Oh. And hello. That's me now. I'm Nick. I'm playing, or I am a tattooer and illustrator. I'm playing Tink, who is a high elf artificer. He's a good boy and he's never done anything wrong his whole life. And I think the best piece of advice that he has taken to heart, the best piece of advice in his mind. So I don't know if it's actually the best piece of advice. But was very early on when he and Belial were roommates. Ba once told him, "You want people to treat you differently, you'd probably have to stop being a ghoul." And that is pretty much exactly what he did in his school life, and why no one knows that he's a noble boy until now. Yeah, I think that's what he would think was the.
I'm so glad I was muted because I just cackled at that.
Yep.
And I am your DM. I have a name. The name is Jess Taylor, and I'm a comic artist, illustrator, soon to be maybe writer. We'll see. Who should I do the fun fact about this week?
Whoever you wish.
Maybe Cal? I think that would be cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
The best piece of advice that Cal was ever given was by one of his superior officers about 150 years ago, which was, "You're gonna fuck up. So don't be surprised when you do. Just be ready to make it right." And
Really
he's
good
taken that to
advice.
heart.
That's really good
Yeah.
advice, yeah.
So he's taken that to heart, and that forms the basis of how Cal operates throughout
Has
his
he
military
fucked
life.
up yet?
Spoilers. But yeah,
turns
I
out all
have
of this is secretly Cal's fault.
Yeah.
everything is secretly Cal's fault. It's
Oops.
true. It's very true. It's
He
not really
really
even so
fucked up.
secret. Yeah, like before we jump into the game, I do have a pretty major announcement. It's the 16th of May. Tomorrow my book is out. If you haven't
Yeah.
checked it out yet, and maybe you would like to, I thoroughly suggest it. Galaxy the Prettiest Star is found anywhere that books are sold. It's sold by DC. We've published through DC, and it follows the story of Taylor, who is a princess from the planet Cyandai, who has been stuck on Earth and squirreled away as a teenage boy. And it follows her, essentially her coming out story. And it's incredibly gay, incredibly lovely, incredibly trans, and absolutely wonderfully sci-fi and slice of life. So if that's something that interests you, check it out. Like I said, it's out tomorrow. There's a bunch of reviews if you want to check reviews out. But yeah, I will yell about it as much as I like.
Hey,
As
congratulations.
you should.
Yay!
Thank you. It's currently #1 of the new releases on Amazon, so we're
Hell
excited.
yeah!
Yes. Damn straight.
Yeah. But all of that aside, let's dive into our live play Theater of the Mind D&D game, shall we?
Woot woot.
Let's do it.
Before we get too far, we do practice safe streaming, so our players will practice safe D&Ding, but you guys at home, if you come across a scene that is difficult for you or affects your mental health in some way, please do not be afraid to take a step back. Don't feel obligated to continue the scene or to watch till the end. We would rather that you take a moment to feel better. You can go and talk on our Discord, and you can even approach us about that if that's something that you would like to do. We are a mature stream, mainly because I swear a lot, but also because we handle adult themes in this show. So be prepared. I believe that there's a warning that we put up every so often. And yeah, let's dive in. So I say let's dive in, totally prepared, and I haven't got the last time in front of me. Last time on Hellions of Carnocht. After the fight at the Swan had resolved, Tink channeled Belial's magic through the use of Belial's stone to stop the petrification of the basilisk. As the majority of the spellcasters tried to reverse engineer a teleportation portal that Tink and Khaled used to get there, the rest of the Hellions found a room filled with dead bodies. Identifying one of them as Monty's brother, Paul, the group managed then to teleport back to the hotel while Calriel cleaned up the mess they'd left behind. Filling each other in on their day's events, a silence settled over the group, and in an effort to comfort the kids, Balthazar suggested they make a blanket fort. So we open the game the next morning. The sunlight streaming through the windows. You can hear the sound of birds and the soft rattle of carts rolling down the street and the chatter and murmur of people passing by on the street outside. You can hear the faintest sound of the staff making their way up and downstairs, delivering breakfasts on the floor below you. There's a sense of safety in the room and a quiet as you find yourselves all huddled together in the blanket fort. I would like you all to tell me your passive perceptions.
Always good.
20.
10.
17.
It's in rolls too.
It's a 10.
11.
No, it's just your passives.
Okay.
I say this immediately, and then I only remember 3 of them. Can you put this in rolls, please?
Yeah.
A week away from being a DM, and suddenly I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna hold Lottie's hand for
Passive
support.
peepers.
Passive peepers.
So cute.
Okay, so with those passive perceptions, Yenna, Yulie, Zanthe, you guys are still soundly asleep as the sun settles into the sky, the sunrise painting everything in that kind of weird, not quite there hue of early morning. Tink and Monty, you are the two who've had by far the roughest night, but also you are the ones who hear room service turn up at around about 6 o'clock in the morning, and the soft clatter of breakfast and a whispered conversation between what sounds like Balthazar and Calriel.
I mean,
I would like to.
Who's going first?
Can I hear what they're saying?
I was gonna say, Tink's had a really rough night, but he is not above trying to eavesdrop on his fucking brother.
And Monty is a rogue. He's just what he does.
Roll me perception, the both of you.
He's not gonna, like, leave the fort.
Oh no.
That's always a wonderful laugh from you,
It's
Ned.
always in that one laugh. It's this exact same every time.
Oh no.
The nat 20 laugh.
It's
The
the
dirty
dirty 20 laugh.
Okay. I got 15.
Okay, so Monty, you can make
Mhm.
out pretty much every other word with that nat 20. They're speaking so lowly to the point where they know that there is a chance that some of you are awake, and they are trying very desperately to keep it quiet. They're not succeeding in most cases. And you basically hear like the general sounds of breakfast and passing things around slowly turns into about Calriel leaving. Specifically, you hear him say, and you hear this as well, Tink, I'm not entirely sure when I'll be able to meet up with you or the others. There's a lot that I need to look into. But should you not have heard from me by midday, just know that maybe things have gone far worse than I had predicted.
I think at that, Tink would just, like,
They're-
stick his head out of the fort.
Yeah, you got the two of them sticking there, like looking at each other and sticking their heads out the window at the blanket fort.
He'll try and move without disturbing the others.
Are you trying to be stealthy about this?
Oh,
Yes.
he's oh, Tink is not. No, like, Tink is trying to be stealthy for, like, the sake of, like, the other, like, kids, the other people who are sleeping.
Roll me stealth checks.
Okay. Everyone's awake.
Wait, what did you?
A 6.
Everyone's awake.
I rolled a 6.
Monty, you manage to stealthily poke your head out, and in the split second that you do, without catching the attention of Balthazar and Calriel, you see them both, like they've dragged a couple of chairs over to one of the cabinets and have the food laid out in front of them, along with several pieces of paper that they appear to be pointing at and discussing. And that's all you get to see before Tink attempts to crawl out of the blanket cocoon that Tink was in and immediately just kind of awkwardly hop and roll and kick about everybody in the process.
And then lands on top of Monty as he tries to look at the blanket fort too. Like it's just fucking Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah.
You are all now awake.
Yeah.
And have caught the attention of the two men across the room.
Yeah, Tink's just gonna look straight at them and be like, "Where are you going? What's
Is
going
that
on?"
breakfast?
There are two priorities in life. One is plot and the other is breakfast.
I mean, mood.
As you ask the question of where are you going, you see Cariel rises and grabs several of the pieces of paper, tucks them away in one of his pockets, and grabs his coat. It's like, it's truly none of your concern, Tink.
Can I try and take the papers out of his pocket?
You're currently stuck under Tink.
I know. But if I try to stealth out at disadvantage,
Give me a sleight of hand and a stealth at disadvantage.
Ever heard someone ask for disadvantage before?
listen, I thought it would be funny.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's true.
And I feel like while Monty's trying to take the papers, Tink's just sitting there like trying to get up. Just like, no, I'm pretty sure just about like whatever you're gonna do is actually entirely my business. I think like this whole thing is like a lot of our business, actually.
Okay, so stealth with disadvantage was a 13, but sleight of hand was a dirty 20.
Okay, I am rolling a perception check for Cariel, and I'm also rolling one for Balthazar, so be aware of that.
Mhm.
To see if I can assist Monty.
You reach towards the captain's
to help
coat.
him.
What was that?
I was wondering if I could roll to perception to see if I see what Monty's doing so I can assist him.
You can go right ahead.
Okay. We all know my perception is really good.
It's like really.
You have the best perception.
All right, I don't see him.
What did you roll?
6.
You don't see what's going on, unfortunately. You do notice, all of you do notice that Monty has managed to wiggle out from underneath Tink. But as Cariel turns to you, Tink, to answer, Monty, you manage to slip a hand into the captain's coat to try and steal papers, to immediately find a rolled up newspaper smacking your hand as Balthazar stops you.
What's that for?
You know precisely what that was for. If you try that again, I'll kick you out.
Mossy's just like glowering. I
Cariel just kind of
just
straightens.
wanted to know. I just wanted to know what those papers were.
The papers are a list that are only of my concern, Cariel says, and he's looking between you, Monty, and Tink now, and he's like, for all that you need to know is that I intend to go back to the guard and make sure that several things are in order.
I make an insight check.
Go for
Same.
it. Anybody who would like to roll an insight check, go for it.
I got a 17.
Oh, I have +3. Wait, no, it still doesn't help. Oh no.
I'm rolling one number today. Different
yeah?
bonuses. One total. It's all 6.
Tink only wants one number and it's disgusting.
As far as you're all concerned, yeah, he's being entirely truthful. He's just going to make sure some things are in order down at the guard.
I think,
What kind of things?
yeah, Tink's just gonna look at him and be like, why wouldn't you be back?
You see, he sighs quite heavily. and is in the process of putting his coat on and getting ready to step out the door at this point and grabbing his swords. The things that I have to take care of are rather delicate, Tink.
He is just kind of like the unimportant question he wants to ask is, since when did you start calling me Tink? But I think instead he just kind of nods. He's not satisfied with this series of answers, obviously. He has no reason to doubt any of them, but he is not satisfied with them.
In part, one of the things that I will be taking care of is making sure that nobody looks in all of your direction regarding the murders of last night. That may take some time. I will be back as soon as I can. I have left Balthazar with implicit instructions and a certain stipend to use towards your defense.
Now you were taking orders from him. He looks at Balthazar.
Balthazar is making a show of reading what appears to be a pulp novel, and just looks at Zanthe over the top of it, gives one big old shrug, and sips at his coffee.
I steal his. Well, I'm gonna get my own coffee. I steal his coffee. I'm not that much of a bastard.
I was gonna say.
Cargill kind of dusts himself down and is like, right. I had hoped to make my escape while you were all sleeping, but now it seems as though my goodbye shall be fairly public. But hopefully I shall see you all soon.
All right.
Yenna, hearing that he's leaving, will like kind of flounder out of the pillow fort and like be kind of like frazzled. She does not wake up gracefully. But so kind of like smooths her hair and like goes over to him and does like a very, very like deep bow, and it's just like, before you go, thank you for saving me.
He kind of stops for a moment, seeming quite overwhelmed by the very thought that you would do that. And
Aw.
instead, he quite clumsily returns your bow and goes, "That is never something that you need to thank me for. It's my pleasure." And he'll leave.
I
Fucking
reel after him. Be
Pedal.
careful.
pedal screen tones as he leaves. Yenna is just, wow, what a man. She's just like gooey-eyed as she watches.
This rolling his eyes.
Yeah, Tink's just looking at Yenna like, what the fuck?
Yulie is like slow as molasses crawling out of the pillow fort, rubbing her eyes and adjusting her glasses. Like, what's going
Cal's leaving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Amazing.
At
And then Yenna,
this point, Monty is attacking the food, and making himself a plate for breakfast.
Was there a lot of food, or are you purely just taking food off of these two men's plates?
I am going to
Important
100% say at this point that there was only enough for the two of them because they didn't expect to wake you. So Monty, if you want to be loading off a plate, you are definitely just stealing it from them.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving all the leaving all the meat products and just like stealing like any fruit and vegetables and toast and that sort of thing.
Well,
Actually, no, I'm just
assuming
stealing
that there are
both plates,
vegetables
and I'm
in
gonna
this.
give the other one to Zane. Like, just give him all the meat.
You see Balthazar just kind of throws his hands up a little, book in hand, and is like, "Okay, I was finished. Thank you for asking."
Oh, I'm sorry, are we eating this?
not anymore. And he's going to pour himself the rest of the coffee and is just like, you should all get ready to go the moment that it hits opening hours. I was thinking we could hit the streets.
What?
Um,
Cal seems to be under the belief that you would all do much better if you were thoroughly armed and armored.
Okay.
I guess that does.
Personally, I think it really doesn't matter what you're all wearing if you face Abraxas again.
We're not planning on doing that anytime soon.
I mean,
don't
there's more
think.
than just Abraxas, too, let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
what if
there-
we, what
Like
if we
whatever
see
the
your
fuck
brother
happened
again?
last night. Yeah. That was your brother.
Whatever happened last night, you stumbled into that yourselves. And he's just gonna stand up and hand out cups of like coffee and tea.
Excellent.
Cool. I'm gonna have coffee.
probably be ordering
Now-
room service for herself.
Yeah.
What are you ordering on room service?
I mean, the fanciest fucking crepes, obviously.
Oh, plus.
I like the idea
They
that
have-
Balthazar's like, let's be quick. And Yenna's like, okay, only a 3-course breakfast then.
only like, I need a parfait. I'm gonna have some crepes. Do you think they have tea? But only imported stuff.
The menu that is laid out before you is full of pastries. They have crepes, they have filled crepes, they have a selection of like little fruit filled pastries. There are little bowls of fruit that you can order. There's also like multiple kinds of tea and coffee, all of which are imported from places far, far afield, and come with a price tag that definitely shows it.
Hell
To the point where there's no price on the room service.
Yeah. She's a little shit. She's just like, yep, I'm gonna have a lot of that. So yeah, she's probably ordering tea because she doesn't do coffee. And then just, whatever seems good as far as like filled crepes.
It takes about 10 minutes for room service to come up, and when they do, they lay out a little folding table and put out your essentially like 3-course breakfast for you,
Yes.
Beautiful.
as we just make all of the viewers hungry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had snack beforehand.
I did
While
I'm
this
so hungry.
while this is all this is happening, Monty has slipped off to go change into his new clothes and has wandered out looking very much like he's on holiday and very confused as to why his shirt is very sheer. What the fuck is this? Like, who the fuck wears this?
You do,
There's a-
apparently.
There's a
I
quiet
mean,
mutter that's just like, it's called fashion.
old fashioned, look it up. But like there's no protection or anything in case you get stabbed. It's all very flowy and open, and it's like I feel like I'm wearing like pajamas or something. My pajamas had more coverage than this.
Ask them clothes. Like, Tink just kind
I
of like
just
gestured.
I just said bring me clothes. I didn't realize I was gonna have to specify that this is like the material that should be involved, and like I look like some fancy ass rich boy.
Tink
Which,
kind
I
of
mean,
like
granted,
makes
It's a
a
nice-
head gesture that's like, and like gestures to room like you are a fancy ass rich boy in here.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say.
no words, just non-verbal communication.
Yeah, I think Xanth looks at Tink after he says that.
I mean, I think the color is really nice on you.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I mean, we're going
Thanks.
shopping today anyways, right? If you don't like it, we can just get something else.
Yeah. It's weird. Do I look okay?
I mean, yeah, looks great. Things kind of
Huh.
like
He's very pointedly
dismissively.
asking Xanth if he looks okay.
Tink ignores this and answers anyway.
I don't. I mean, it's just clothes. It's he looks around. It looks fine.
Can I insight check the interaction?
I mean, go for it.
Aw, why you treat me like that? That's a 9.
Oh.
Zanthe, do you
Oh.
want to roll for deception?
I don't know. If
Are
I'm
you deceiving?
deceiving.
Are you deceiving? Are you persuading? Or are you just awkward?
I think I'm a mixture of persuading and awkward. Like,
Roll persuasion.
okay. I mean, I'm 16. I'm
Yeah.
a sorcerer. Like,
In which case, you kind of buy it, Yenna.
Listen, everyone looks great. Are we like leaving?
yeah, we can go.
Yeah.
I feel like Tink has also just like put his hair back up and has made no other move to look like he slept in these clothes. He's still wearing these clothes. He did not bring anything with him. He's ready to go out the door.
None of us did, right?
No, exactly. We did
Yeah.
stop by the wow, what's it called? The dorms. So potentially people like grabbed something, but I don't even think
I cast prestidigitation.
that's probably a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, you guys don't have any of your, like, belongings. You just have whatever equipment you had on you, essentially, when you jumped back in time, still.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Boy, the dog is gone.
Find.
We'll find him.
The dog is wherever the dog wishes to be.
I mean,
I
that's
know.
how it's always been.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
Now, as the morning kind of wears on and you prepare to go out for the day, Balthazar makes it clear that you have a limit of 200 gold each from what Calriel has given you all. You can supplement that with your own gold if you would like to. And that the general expects you to procure armor and at least some form of weapon of your choice.
I don't.
Tink's like, yeah, muttering to himself like, I already have armor.
I think he's gonna argue with or Sam is actually gonna argue with Balthazar. Like, I don't carry weapons or armor. This is literally the best that I can get. I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Balthazar also just kind of shrugs towards you and is like, look, you have 200 gold. Go fucking wild with it. This is what he's left and this is what he expects.
Hey.
Is
At the very
Balthazar
least, you
coming
might
with
be
us?
able to.
Sorry. Continue.
I will be coming with you.
Okay.
If only to make sure that you don't fall down a hole and find more trouble.
Since when has that ever happened?
Since every
Apart
time
from the
we
time
turn
that
our
I
back.
literally fell in a hole and found more trouble.
That was last loop. I'm not sure that counts.
Mm.
Now, Would you prefer to go into town and find some stores for yourself, or do you want to go through the namby-pamby list that the captain has left?
What? Can you say
The
that word
fancy rich
again?
boy lips.
Namby-pamby. Balthazar, motions to the list that he's got in his hand, which appears to be a selection of 10 shops in the Crowns area.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Tink's gonna take a look at the list and be like, "That's not. This is. I mean, heavily enchanted shit. Guess."
Look, let's just go and give them a look first, maybe.
Yeah,
no.
can win. Hey, Xanth,
What?
what if we decide to liberate a few things from these shops?
You literally
Okay.
have money.
Yeah, but it's more fun to steal things from rich people.
You are. He's literally giving you 200 gold.
It's you guys don't.
I
We're
can think
having a
of better
private
things.
conversation right now. I don't.
You're in the middle of a crowded room. If you want a private conversation, find a locked door.
And Xanth's just going to continue this conversation with Awakened by. Yeah, we can do it. It's fine. We can just. They won't know.
Who's gonna know?
How will
No.
they know?
Oh
How
my
will
god.
they know?
Tink's just looking at Xanth.
Yeah, it's like if you guys have ever seen like Young Justice, where it's like when they're talking, but they still have facial expressions going.
Yeah, so they're still having a conversation with their facial expressions, but it's
Yeah.
maybe obvious that you guys are still talking to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, Tink's just gonna roll his eyes and look and see if Yenna's done eating, so we can just leave.
Yenna's gonna look back and be like, "Did you eat anything?"
I'm not hungry. I had a coffee.
Eat something.
Okay, coffee is barely food.
Coffee is not food at all. It's just bean juice. It's
You know-
delicious and wonderful bean juice, but there's nothing of any nutritional value to it. We're gonna he just takes Tink and forces his shoulders down and is just like, all right,
You are
someone feed
aided.
him.
You are 100% aided by Balthazar, who's trying to attempt to do the same thing.
Yenna's already making a plate for him of cake and scones and just stupid shit.
But you
This
need
is
to make sure you get some
18,000
protein, too.
calories.
Yulie looks like it is impossible for her to keep track of everything that's going on and is just quietly sipping coffee while trying desperately to wake up more.
She's just like, Jesus Christ, these guys have a lot of energy.
This is a lot. This is a lot already.
Monty, by the
Yenna
way,
is
is
like
absolutely
this.
a
All she
morning
eats is
person, so he was awake. He was his perception was so high at the beginning, but he was also already awake because he's usually watering plants that early.
Oh, I forgot about the plants.
Aw.
Ugh. Tink's gonna begrudgingly take a scone and put it in his pocket and be like,
No, you will
I'm
eat it
not
now. We're gonna watch you eat it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
why?
I
Because
haven't
you
seen this
haven't
man
eaten a
eaten
bloody
anything.
thing all day. Or yesterday. I did. Well, maybe you did, but I didn't see you eat anything. Eat it!
One of those weird druid beans you can get them so we can go
Tink just
Do I
looks
look like a druid?
makes eye contact with everyone, puts takes a bite of the scone, puts it back in his pocket, and swallows it. Can we go now?
Yep. Xanth, none of us are druids. Why would we
I
have
don't know.
druid
I don't
shit?
Oh my god, can we just leave? Balthazar is already trying to head out the door.
Yeah, Tink's with him.
And
He's just
we
I'm
were
done
following.
here.
Yenna is finally done and is using prestidigitation and mage hand to fix her hair and clothes and just yeah, I guess. And she just sort of points
Is there
at
anything-
Tink and is just you promised me you would eat yesterday and I think you lied. She just glares at him. She has now activated like any big sister genes she has in her. It's like this boy will fucking eat today.
It's gonna be like I'm literally 6 times your age. Like, do not try me.
Are you? You might be.
How old is he?
Just like 30.
Okay, twice your age. Like
Yep.
And a bit.
in his 70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are fantasy races?
I love it
Yeah.
so
Balthazar
much.
is now just standing with the door open, waiting for you guys to leave.
Yeah, no, Tink's outside. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's walking towards our stupid little private elevator.
Yep.
I'm thinking we should probably head up to the armorers first. And you see he's looking at the link and cross-referencing with like a very ragged map.
As he's saying this, I think Zanthe is gonna try to give Monty a look that's just like, let's go. Like,
You don't have to give him a look. You can literally awaken mind him.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. All right, well, I'm gonna talk in his mind. Let's go.
And can I respond with awakened mind? Like I obviously don't have it, but can I like
Yes,
is
you
Xanth able
can.
to reach my?
Yep.
I'm gonna
it's-
just think like good idea. I want to ask Balthazar something first.
Okay.
And while Balthazar's looking at the map and cross-referencing bullshit,
Mhm.
Monty's just gonna be like, Balthazar?
Mhm.
Is Garrett okay?
I didn't expect you to ask about Garrett.
I mean, I don't know this Garrett, but like in the last loop I've lived with him for a couple months. Like I do surprisingly care about people.
I sent him through the doorways to one of the neighboring countries. He has family there. He'll be okay.
Okay. That's good to hear.
With Zinnia gone, it's really not safe for him to remain in Karnak. I wouldn't want Abraxas trying to find him. It's difficult enough to keep the rest of you in line.
You don't have to say in line. It's just rude at this point.
Yeah, Tink just looks at him like, I'm literally doing what you're asking me to do. Like, he's just like, I don't understand where the animosity is.
And with
Balthazar, who had to hold the door open for the last 10 minutes.
He's already outside. My boy is outside.
as Balthazar says, with Zinnia gone, Monty just sort of like tries to swallow it up, like like oh fuck sort of cry, like he knows it's his fault, or believes it all to be his.
I'm not. I mean, that's not to say I'm not sure that she's gone. I just shit. Look,
She's not
she's
here.
she's fine. Everything will be fine.
Tink just messages Balthazar like, you're not helping.
We can hear a message. Like, wait. It's audible.
It's audible if you. Do you want to roll for it with your great perception skills?
Is and then this is a very stupid question. Is anyone taking care of Zinnia's plants? She'd be devastated if she came back and they were all dead.
I think someone might be, but maybe not the person you would expect. I could tell you about it later.
Look,
Anyone who's
I
not
can't
myself or
recommend.
Garrett.
I can't recommend you going to Zinnia's. Firstly, Braxis knows where it is. He's been there several times. He has a standing invitation. If he really has it out for all of us, that's going to be one of the places that he checks often.
It's standing invitation. Why? I mean, I never saw him there when I lived there, but I mean that doesn't mean anything because that was last loop, not this one.
Zinnia is, by all counts, an ally of mine, but you have to understand, she plays her own sides.
She's
As far as I'm aware, her and Abraxas have had an accord.
recently?
As recently as the last loop.
Do you feel like maybe this would have been helpful to tell us earlier?
I trust Zinnia implicitly. She would never do anything to harm any of us. It's Abraxas I don't trust.
Do you think that Abraxas would hurt her?
If I say no, are you going to believe me?
No.
Then I think it's probably best I don't answer that question.
You're really bad with kids.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. It's why I've never had any.
But you,
Look.
well, you're a teacher.
I mean, she has a point.
Yeah.
True, but not of children. You're all technically adults.
Yeah, well.
Okay, well, you're bad at dealing with adults. Then we should probably just.
I'm
Go.
bad at teenage. I'm bad at people. Can we just agree to that?
I think we can.
You've had so much practice. I think at this point you just don't want to be good with people.
This is a different conversation that I don't think we to have right.
Is there a reason that you decided to go like do you need to be like a professor or like a teacher? Like does it all right, does it like is it helpful to you somehow or like sorry, we don't have to talk about this now. I'll get my stuff.
I mean, that is a good point.
I was gonna say it's kind of a good point.
Like I know now it would make sense. Like if you knew that we were part of the loop, that would make sense. But you seemed genuinely shocked that we had become part. So you didn't know, probably, presumably. So other than access to the school,
I can safely say I didn't know that any of you would become part of the loop. As for why I always end up here, well, it's just where the world sends me. There are some things about the loops that you just can't change. You might be able to change the situation surrounding them or how they happen, but the event itself doesn't change.
Yeah, but why did you start teaching?
Because I thought it was the last place anybody would look for me.
And you do it every time because you just feel drawn to the school or
I didn't do it every single loop, but every single loop I've ended up in Carnocht. The loops that go best tend to have me at the school, especially once I started to figure out that that's where the majority of events tend to happen. It's the epicenter of everything, as far as I can tell. I spent a few loops just doing nothing, being a merchant or a thief or whatever I fancied around Carnocht. But things would always eventually lead back to the school.
Tink
There's
started
something
taking
going on at
notes.
the Lyceum that.
Let's.
It's a complicated answer to a very simple question. I'm sorry.
Tink finishes writing and he
Now, shall we head to that armor store? And he feigns like enthusiasm as he gives like a little fist pump.
don't
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
Yeah. Um, as as we're walking wherever, we're walking to the armor store. Monty's just like kind of hanging back by Balthazar, just like, has anything like this happened to Zinnia before, or any of your allies? Like,
What are you asking me? Are you asking has anything happened as in people being captured, or has anything happened as in people being. And he just draws a finger across his throat.
Again, not doing great over here.
Yeah.
both. I don't know what's happened to her, and I'm afraid that that she's dead, and and if she's dead, it's my fault, and I don't know.
Let me
And I
stop you right there. Death in the loops is strange. If you're part of the loop, you just wake up back at the beginning.
no shit that
Everybody
happened
else
to
in this
me,
timeline has to carry on.
but she'll be back,
She'll be back. Death has never stuck for either of us. And I can tell you now, we've died several times.
and you remember the reasons surrounding your death.
Sometimes. Yes.
What if she doesn't forgive me?
That's a whole other question that I feel like only Zinnia can answer, but I feel like she'd be a very different person to the one I know if she refused to forgive you for something that could never have been your fault. You stayed to try and protect her. To help her.
And all I
That
did was
outweighs
manage.
whatever happened after that.
More than you can say.
I feel like we have a problem. Do you want to have
Me
it out?
as a
No, Balthazar's looking directly at Zanthe at this point. If you have something to say or discuss, it seems like we're in the middle of a sharing circle. Go for it.
I feel like you know everything that I feel at you at this point. I don't like you and I don't trust you, and I pretty certain you're gonna get us all killed at some point.
Then I'm glad we agree on at least one point.
Great.
you're gonna get us killed, or that Xanth doesn't like you.
2 points.
Well, this bodes well.
Look, I have been completely and thoroughly honest with you when I say that this entire happenstance is dangerous. I would rather that you were all not involved. But you are, and that was never my choice.
It's not
All I
about
can
your.
do is try and help. What, Xanth?
I don't. I don't feel like you dragged us into this. I feel like we can't trust you. I feel like you're going to get people killed because of the choices you make in your life. I feel like it's already happened in the past.
It has.
Yeah.
That's why I can say with quite a lot of certainty that I don't like any of you being involved in this. And I can also say that there are certain choices to be made in all of the loops in which people are going to die regardless of the choice I make, and all that you can do is mitigate the damage. I don't know how to make you trust me. I don't even know that you need to.
I feel like we just shouldn't be around you. I feel like if we're around you when everything falls apart again, one of us isn't going to come back.
Zanthe, I've died already and come back in the loop.
I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why is suddenly Abraxas wants him, and it's never been a thing from the past year. So suddenly we have to avoid things, and Zinnia got captured because she was with us. It's just I don't. Am I the only one that's thinking this here that if we weren't around him, Abraxas wouldn't be going after us? Like,
I might have fucked things up with Praxis. But
okay, man.
Xanth, if the last loop is anything go by, more often than not, or at least last time, even though we're a lost cause, and even though it was that months after he ends, Balthazar still thought that there was something best time in at least that. I trust that.
I don't think you're wrong for trusting it. I just don't. I feel like we're always in danger when we're around him, and he's gonna get one of us killed.
I'm not sure that the danger is something that
Maybe.
By all means, Zanthe, you're welcome to try. I'm not keeping you here as a prisoner. If you would rather leave, you can.
You would let us go.
Has there been any point through any of this where I've said that you have to stay?
I don't know. I just always kind of thought that was the deal. I always thought that
I'm really not in the business of kidnapping. You're allowed to go wherever you want to, Xanth. You're part of the loops now. They'll play out until the loop ends, and then you'll just find yourself right back at the beginning.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to start with right now. He's just gonna go off.
Zanthe, where are you going?
Shopping? Probably. I don't know.
Balthazar's gonna throw a little pouch of 200 gold toward you.
Yeah, takes it.
If you decide that you want to head back to the hotel, we should be back there by the evening.
Thanks, Dad.
Am I the only one in which that was a real big, fast about face? And also horrific.
listen, take what you can
I'm
get.
going shopping.
Yeah.
Balthazar's just walking ahead.
Thing's gonna kind of like look
Where would you all
back
like to
and
go?
forth.
Would you like to go to the armor store first?
Where's, I mean, are Zanthe and Monty just
I mean, that's up to
That's a good
Monty.
question.
yeah?
Monty's just like standing, like looking back and forth between Xanth and the group, and is just like not sure what he's going to do, and he's just like looking pleadingly at Xanth, like, come on.
I think Tink will just like message him.
And he's gonna also head off with Xanth, following Xanth.
Okay, so you two are heading off on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Before you head off completely, I would like to ask, are you going to stay around the Crowns area, or did you want to go further into town?
But you know where Monty wants to go.
God
I
damn
do.
it, Monty.
Don't bring your fucking bro to your fucking brothel house. Come on.
I just want to say thank you. Let's be quick.
It's the other goddamn side of town. Okay.
I know.
Xanth, are you going to go with Monty to the other side of town?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so I will say you guys managed to flag down a carriage, except would you like a fancy one or a not fancy one?
I mean, how long
Not
would it take to
fancy.
just go on foot?
On foot, it would be about an hour and a half.
Do you want to just walk there? I
Yeah.
mean, we don't... Okay.
They're just gonna walk.
Carriages make me uncomfortable.
That's okay. I really haven't. I mean, the first time I ever rode in a carriage was coming here.
Really?
I guess
You
a
didn't
couple
have
days ago.
them at your super rich house?
I never left my house. I wasn't allowed to leave the house.
You weren't, or were you sick?
No, I just had to stay in the house because my father told me it wasn't safe for me to leave. So I stayed.
What
I mean, like I went outside, like there was like a courtyard, but
what made him let you leave?
I mean, I had the chance to have an education,
Oh,
and
definitely
I
been
mean, I
more
didn't think I
dangerous
was.
than
I
taking a
didn't think I was
carriage.
gonna have an education. I mean, he fired my tutor when I was 12. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's just walk. I like seeing the city.
So you two head off deeper into the city. Yenna, Yulie, Tink. Are you going to stick around the Crowns, or would you also like to head deeper into the city?
Yulie will go wherever. Yulie has no opinions one way or the other about where we
Uh,
go. She just doesn't want to be alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tink's gonna stick with like Balthazar, and it's gonna be like I think he's like talking to Balthazar, like pointing to the places on the map, being like, okay, well at least like 3 of these places, but like there's some places in, and he's like pointing up to like some of the like poorer districts where get like at least the same quality. Like it's not gonna look as pretty, but like it'll be good shit.
Amongst yourselves, what equipment would you like to get?
I would like new armor, but I would
I
like
can wear anything, but I'm not sure.
I will say spellcasters, the armor in this game will be for spellcasters. It's cloth and light armor.
Mhm. Ah.
But you can also find enchanted garments. You can find spell books with particular enchantments and that sort of thing. There is a store of enchanted stationery.
Oh my god.
Like, oh no. Are
That
there
one,
self-writing
please.
quills? I know somebody who might be interested.
Like mechanically, the only thing I would is an upgrade to Tink's, which gives him +1 intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't find something that still has that intelligence, I may, but something over AC 12. I would be interested. Yeah, a heartier boy, or honestly, actually, I could just be a heartier. No, never mind. Continue. I stopped.
The enchanted stationery store is called Paper Base. And that's in the Crowns, because of course it is. There's also 2 different armorers in the Crowns, one of which is called the Gilded Loom, and they do cloth armors. And then the other one is called Bodice Ripper, and it's on the other side of the
Oh.
Crowns towards the wall. Towards the wall is usually like considered the poorer area of the Crowns.
And what does Bodice Ripper? Sorry.
It does cloth armor, it does light armor, it does plate attachments for light armor. And it does enchanted footwear, headwear, and cloaks.
Interesting.
I mean, that is
yeah.
gonna be of all the ones to like sort out. Like, I think would. Yeah, I do want armor. I know I want armor. And obviously, I mean, I feel like all of us would just be in a fantasy enchanted stationery store. I don't know if we're doing anything useful in there. I just want to go.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
wanna.
it's like Yenna wants to go mostly just to be like, okay, let's find cute things.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're all gonna come out with like little matching pink pens and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
Please. Oh my god.
yeah. Post-it notes. Not
Fantasy
really so
bullet
much for
journals.
her. Yeah.
I mean,
Enchanted post-it notes.
Paper Base is the closest to you at the moment, so if you wanted to hit there first, you definitely could.
yeah, okay.
It takes about 10 minutes to walk to what is a fantastical storefront. It's painted in this pastel pink and gold with cursive writing on the outside across the window that just says Paper Base, your base for papers. And the window is full of this season's latest designs, a lot of which seem to center around like cute animals. So there's even like one series is just it's all based around owlbears. It's like an
So
owlbear pencil
cute.
topper, an owlbear writing paper, and stuff like that.
I love.
Inside, inside, like as you go in, the bell above the door goes off, and instead of it just being a simple bell, it sets off an entire series of bells that play a little welcoming tune.
I love it
And
here.
you are you are faced with rows upon rows of stationery. There are binders, there's books, there's spell books. There is like an entire wall dedicated to enchanted pens. You've got towards the back are flying delivery envelopes. And you've got paper that essentially works as like sending stones, where you write down one thing and the person who has the other piece of paper, it immediately appears for them.
Oh.
There are also in the enchanted pens section, you've got enchanted pens that several of them are just enchanted to write in different colors depending on what you want them to write as. They're like the magic fantasy version of those chunky pens that you click down the color on.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
good. I'm
is it
getting
like
I'm getting that.
yeah, is it like at art stores where there's all of the pens like lined up, but
Yeah.
there's also like a big pad of paper
Yeah.
underneath to test them out? Yulie would sit there and test
Absolutely.
every single pen.
Yeah, Tink is also like, this is the first time you've seen him be like relatively normal in the last like few days.
Oh. All it took was cool pens,
All it
dude.
took
It's
was
like real life.
good stationery. Just like,
This is
wait,
dopamine.
This is really sick.
How to tell that your entire D&D stream is filled with artists.
Yeah.
We're going fantasy stationery shopping. Shut up.
So there's the color changing pen. There is like an invisible writing pen. Which comes with a simple incantation where you write and then you say the incantation and the writing magically appears. So it will just appear whenever you want it to, essentially.
Sick.
Um,
Sorry, keep
there
talking.
is no, it's cool. It's cool. There's another pen that writes in liquid gold, 3D, so you could like draw a coin if you wanted to.
Oh, it's a 3D printer.
It's a 3D printing pen, yeah. It's a 3D printing pen. But the only problem is that you have to like fuel it with gold magically. There is another pen. I'm checking my notes now. We're getting through the ones that I can't remember. Right, there is another pen that essentially has charm person on it.
Jesus.
So you could write a note and make somebody read it, and if they read the note all the way to the end, it would work like a charm person spell.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And there is a pen of forgery, which allows you to perfectly mimic another person's handwriting for an hour.
Also, yes.
Very nice.
I hope you know, Tink has put one of each of these at this point. I need all of these things.
Well, keep track of what you want, because I will
I'm
expect
getting
you
a
to
piece
say
of
it when
paper
you
to
get
write
to
the
the.
shit down.
Okay, all right.
'Cause I'm like, holy shit, these are all sick.
There's also a burning pen. In which anything you write sets flame. And it suggests in the store that it should be used for carving wood or burning wood. But essentially, anything that you write on would go up in the flames of the writing.
Oh no.
Oh.
There is also a notation pen, which will perfectly note down what someone is saying as they are saying it, without that person having to write.
Oh, Yenna wants that.
Yeah,
And
that's very good.
he's like 5.
And then there are also pens that just write in lots of magical different colors that like one of them is another color changing pen, but it's like those magic markers that you used to get, in that you color over it with the activation liquid and it suddenly turns into like magical and color changing ink. So it goes from like a fuchsia pink and flashes through green, through to blue, through to yellow. And of course is appropriately sparkly. You've also pen toppers,
Are they
because
enchanted?
what magical stationery store would? Of course they're enchanted.
It sounds so betrayed. Of course.
Like of course, I put serious thought into this store. I know I named it Paper Base as a joke, but like I put serious thought into this store. The pen toppers, the line of enchanted pen toppers, um, they seem to have fewer enchantments on them than, for instance, the pens themselves do. But one of them is a pen topper of spell saying, and it essentially will store a spell for you
Hmm.
that acts as an additional spell slot. And the other one is the pen topper of knowing, which acts a little bit like Google, and it will give you +1 to Arcana checks or intelligence checks, depending on which one you get. There is also a pen topper of detection, which will make an alarm-like sound if someone's trying to sneak up on you while you're writing. And is specifically designed for artists and fanfic writers who know the horror of trying to make not
Oh my
safe for
God.
work in a crowded home.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's that TikTok noise. Connor, what are you doing? It's that.
Yeah.
For...
Coming, Lieutenant. Yep, essentially, like, you guys get to decide what sound it makes if you buy it, so go right ahead.
Great.
And then the last one is just called Friend. And it's a little enchanted pen topper that you can get as various little like animals, and they're enchanted with
Oh.
Stop.
like they're enchanted enough that they have a modicum of intelligence, so they act like those animals.
Oh.
Of very miniature
No.
versions that hang onto your pens.
Aww.
I feel like Tink's looking at those and Noodle gets offended and he puts them back.
Noodle just hissing at and trying to chase down all of the pen toppers.
Yeah,
What's
and he's
like-
like, "Ah, this isn't a good idea, actually."
What's like the price range in this place?
I was gonna say, I need to know prices.
I also need to know prices.
The price range in this place varies quite wildly. You've got like the basic color changing pens, for instance, start at like 10 silver. But then some of the more enchanted items, shall we say, like the extra spell slot pen topper, that would cost you 4 gold.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you've gone and bunged this one. I'm buying most. If this is the price range we're talking about,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to send you an itemized list and
I
about
believe I came to the
60
store with a
gold.
couple of rich kids.
You haven't even got to the books and the paper yet.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
God.
Yeah,
My
talk to me
boy
about
already
this
had
sending stone
500
paper.
gold. Oh, the sending stone paper, yeah. Like, I need that.
Oh
Also as
yeah,
well.
no, I note reads matching sending stone books for Yulie and Yenna.
Yes!
Oh.
If Yulie doesn't pick one up, Yenna's making this happen.
You've got so like there are multiple enchanted papers. A lot of them seem to just have base enchantments where like the patterns on them move and that sort of thing, just to make people go, ah, wow. One of which has like a tumbling set of little owlbear cubs just rolling across the bottom.
Aw.
And then another one just has like a little ladybug that just wanders across the page, which Noodle shows immediate interest in and is trying to catch the ladybug.
Yeah, I'm absolutely getting that just to watch my stupid ferret try and catch the ladybug.
And then there are more enchanted versions of the papers, one of which is the Instant Inferno paper. For your eyes only. After it's been read by its intended recipient, it sets fire to itself within 5 seconds.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
There is also the dictation paper, which will read in the writer's voice what is on the paper to whoever its intended recipient is, which is handy if someone is not in a position to be able to read something. There is there's the soothsaying paper,
Oh my god.
which if you try and get somebody to write on there and what they're writing is a lie, it makes them write the truth.
I like that. That's spicy.
It was very spicy.
And there's also the airborne ultra dynamic paper plane makers, which are self-folding pieces of paper that turn into like little paper planes. I don't know what to call them other than paper planes. I am aware that there are not planes in this world, and yet
Paper gliders.
paper gliders, that works. Yes, paper
Cute.
gliders. And they self-fold and will try and deliver themselves to someone within 120 feet.
Do they also
That's
spontaneously combust?
They do not, unfortunately.
So there goes my thought of making paper bombs.
There are the like perfect spitball paper,
Oh my god.
which does 1d4 of damage.
How dare you? How dare you give it damage?
And
Hmm.
comes with a straw.
That's like as much
God.
damage as a dagger.
Yeah.
Yes, it's enchanted.
Love it.
Geez, spitballs to the eye?
Not only
Not good.
not only is it enchanted, but it sticks to that person for 24 hours.
Oh my god.
And then if you want to get into the enchanted book, there was the sending stone paper. And then there is the self-locking diary, which is equipped with a magical lock wherein someone has to answer several questions to be able to unlock it.
Do they have to
If
figure
they
out what the traffic lights are?
Yes, they do. But if that person, like, if someone tries to open it without doing the lock, all of the pages set fire.
Oh.
There is also the ultimate spellbook, which equips the holder with 2 extra spell slots of
My
their
god.
highest spell order. So if your highest spell is, for instance, level 4, it would give you 2 extra level 4 spell slots, but you would have to designate in this book which spells those were. They don't necessarily have to be ones from your existing spell book. They can be from a scroll or taught.
Hey,
Okay,
I
how
know
much is
Zanthe was
that?
just a really big brat, but he would really like that.
Good fucking luck.
Yeah. In fairness,
It's so bad.
who in the shop right now wants to buy things for Xanth?
Show of hands, guys. It's definitely not Balthazar, who has his own
Not
little
Yenna.
basket.
Sorry, how much is that spell book? Just asking.
That spell book is 50 gold.
Okay.
What? God damn
And
it.
would that like have to be your focus? Like would that like be an equip slot or something?
No, it would not be an equip slot. It's an attuned item, but it doesn't count as a weapon or a foci.
Scrolling down and seeing how many things I have attuned, knowing I'm an artificer and can attune a whole shit ton of things. Oh, bless. Okay.
Would you like to hear more of the books?
Oh, I don't know if I can handle this. Absolutely, yes.
There is a book of creature summoning, wherein it's an encyclopedia, so it is like the pages are printed in a very faded version of bestiary, and if you trace the words on that paper or write down the words I want, it will summon a creature from this book for 10 rounds of combat.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
I like that. That's
There
fun.
are 3 volumes. The first volume is Minuscule Creatures, Magical and Mundane. The second volume is Medium Creatures, Magical and Mundane. And the third volume is Large Creatures, Magical and Mundane. They go up in price.
I assume.
The Minuscule Creatures, Magical and Mundane starts at 15 gold.
Oof.
There is an immediate jump to medium and large creatures. Medium is 100 gold and large creatures is 200 gold.
Not for old Yule bomb.
You get the impression that the minuscule creatures is used a lot by kids, because a lot of the things that are in that book are like little pixies or like little fluff balls. Like, imagine a tribble. It will summon a tribble.
Mm.
How much was
Or
the medium?
minuscule gelatinous cube. Pardon?
Medium, I think, was
100. Okay.
Yeah, the medium's 100.
Thank you.
Can we clarify how many of these need to be attuned versus equipped? Because I'm obviously assuming we can only equip, effectively one of these things at a time, because, like, obviously.
Yeah. When it comes to the stationery sets, I will allow equipping of 1 pen, 1 paper, or 1 book. But when it comes to the bestiary and the spell slot book, they are considered magical items and would need attunement.
And would the pen toppers effectively be equipped?
Yes, they would be.
And say if you were attuned to the book, would you still be able to equip a pen, or have to, like,
You would still be
unequip?
able to equip a pen.
Okay. Just sorting things out.
Essentially, you can either have a paper slot or a book slot, but most of the books are magical attunement as well. I also want to say that someone in the minuscule creatures book has already summoned what is essentially just a tiny octopus that is wandering around the store.
Stop it.
It is just about
Thank
palm
you.
size,
Oh.
and it's making a small squeaking noise as it goes.
Not to backtrack, but how much
Mhm.
was the invisible pen?
The invisible pen is 5 gold. Oh, sorry, 4 gold,
Okay.
because it's one of the higher enchantments.
Do the pens kind of top out at 4?
They do, yes.
You guys are gonna get the set of sending.
Yeah.
I'm just trying very hard not to actually.
He has enough
Do
money.
what your
He
boy would
could.
do. Like
Oh,
in his deep depression,
is
would
it
he be
retail
like,
therapy that is
yeah,
pulling
would
him
he
out?
be like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy as many things as make me feel a little bit happier, and maybe that's the whole store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the problem, I think.
He just buys the store. He just goes to the back and be like, I will purchase this.
Yeah, the
I want
store's
to buy the
mine now,
store.
actually, I think. You can keep operating as you're operating. I'm just the new input.
Finally acting like a gold pedal.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, gold pedal vibes.
The key
In his
to being
depression, he
successful.
acts like a gold pedal.
Yeah.
All it took, yeah. Okay. I have a shopping list. I don't need to run down it right now. I will say it is the majority of the things you have described.
If you have a shopping list, any of you, feel free to send it via our game chat, and add those items to your inventory. You may need to make custom items if you're doing it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll figure them out.
Yeah.
I think
If there is anything that like Yulie looks like she really wants and then like puts back, Tink is absolutely gonna buy it for her.
I was gonna say, I think Yulie does the thing where she picks up the invisible pen and then goes, I can't, and then puts it back and then comes back again another time just to look at it but doesn't touch it and like walks away. And it's like really obvious she wants it but like can't justify it.
Yeah, Tink will buy her that.
Okay.
Aw.
Yulie will be like, no, you don't have to do that. That's the I I have plenty of pens. I don't need it. I don't need a pen that writes invisible. That's so silly. I don't need it.
Now, like, it's shut up.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Listen, it'll be useful. Should have it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll just walk away with the pen, just like buys it later.
I will say there are also really cute bags in this store.
Why would you say that though?
Because I'm saying it. They're called happy haversacks. And they're
Continue.
all covered in like cute patterns. One is shaped like a little stuffed owl bear. You've got like a couple that have like winding vine patterns over them. One of them just looks like a gelatinous cube and is see-through so that you can see the things inside of it. But they all are haversacks, which is the slightly smaller cousin of the bottomless bags.
Awesome.
You know. My boy's gonna look for the most mundane looking one, to be fair. He's absolutely getting one of them.
Oh, there are some like pretty mundane ones that are chilling about. There are a couple that are even like essentially like Balthazar's bags that attach to the hip and the leg. There are
Done.
some that are like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just for mechanics, haversacks can hold 50 items without you guys suffering the need for space.
Ooh.
And they will keep everything perfectly at temperature and without any access by oxygen. No?
What do you mean? I said good to know. Sorry if I.
Oh.
I didn't hear
Oh, I
the good
just heard-
to.
Oh my god,
No,
it sounded
just
like you just
came
went
out.
no.
I'm so sorry. I was writing while I was talking, so I'm sure my mic was just like, no, not those words. You've given me so much to think about.
Oh yeah, the
My
haversacks are 100 gold each as well. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Like, my boy had 500 gold when this started, and that's without digging into the questionable, potentially more money that he has that, like, we'll see how that works. Because he has, like, banknotes, like, not banknotes, but, like, promissory notes from
Yeah.
his mother from the last loop,
Oh my god.
which are theoretically real. So
Sure call.
I'll have to see what the total of this is, and then you'll let me know, and I'll let you know whether or not he tries to pull one of those out.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that anybody would like to know about the store? Is there something in particular that you would like to find at a magical stationery store? I will say there are the usual things there as well, like forgery kits and that sort of thing.
I had something, but I don't know what it is anymore because there was too much stuff already.
No, there's been
I
what
was
kind
like,
of tool.
There is a very special pen mounted on the back wall.
mhm.
No.
That's
Continue.
gold with like inlaid engravings
Is
across
it
it.
mightier than the sword?
It is indeed mightier than the sword because anything that you draw with this pen becomes reality.
How much is
No.
it?
No.
No.
How much is the spin?
It is 1,000 gold.
Ah,
That is very cheap for what that can do. Let's be
I
honest.
know. I know. I just don't have the funds.
You could draw yourself 1,000 gold. Like
So here's the thing.
I just
Oh,
saw
you
chat.
do have 1,000 gold.
Sorry, I'm also laughing at chat that has just been like infinite shoes.
With those notes, or not with those notes, in just the notes, I have 2,600 GP
You do.
on my person, theoretically.
You do. Theoretically, yes.
buy it. Do
It
it.
I love that Tink is standing here debating whether or not to essentially commit credit card fraud.
Why wouldn't he? Wouldn't you
Yeah, really,
commit
why
credit
wouldn't
card
he?
fraud? It's like they don't have the fantasy technology to catch me for at least a little bit.
You mean like scrying or like any kind of spells that they could use to catch you?
Could they catch me?
If they had something that only belonged to you, they can catch you with scrying.
But did it belong to me? Or did it belong, like, would it, like, default to his mother? Which would be very useful for future information, actually.
Oh my god.
Roll me an intelligence check.
This is literally, he is thinking this while looking very seriously at this pen. In the back of this. Oh, I have really great news for you. It was a terrible
Oh, lovely.
It's a 7. 7 intelligence roll. I will have chat know I have a
Jesus,
+4 intelligence. This was a terrible roll.
With a 7, like, stands to reason that, they wouldn't be able to catch you.
If Yenna sees that Tink is just like staring at this pen, which she also probably knows is not outside of his buying power. Now that she knows he's a gold pedal, she's just gonna walk up and be like, "You should get it. You're allowed to have nice things too."
Yeah. Yeah, I think I will.
And she like will be so excited when when Tink says that. She's like, progress.
Oh my god.
I am
Picture
like
Tink doing
biting my own
calculus.
finger. Like, this is bad.
Is there anything, Yulie, in particular that you would like to find in this store other than what you've already found?
I just wanted a cool pen. And I've
Sick.
got a cool pen. And the sending stone pages sound amazing, but we've already established Yenna would just buy a bunch of those first. Anyway, so I'm good. Look, I'm a clam. I'm happy.
Oh god.
I am potentially buying a couple of things, so I will just put them in chat later.
Okay. So, think, are you going to attempt to use the promissory notes to buy that pen?
Am I gonna attempt to commit credit card fraud? Absolutely. Yes.
All right, cool.
He will be using real gold for the rest of the purchases. No issues.
Okay. So for the rest of the purchases, they go through absolutely fine, no problem at all. And when it gets to the end of paying for what you've already got, they reach for the pen on the back and bring it down, and they hold it out to you on its little cushion. And there are 4 refills of ink. Each vial of ink will allow you to draw 10 items.
You just won D&D. Like it's over now.
I've broken my own game, but just because I needed to put like the artist stream in it.
Yeah, we are gonna have to talk later about what the limit.
Oh, there are limitations.
Yeah,
on it,
I
don't
know
worry.
there are gonna be limitations. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just draw something that looks magical. Like, he will try.
And the attendant at the desk is like, and the purchase of this pen will be 1,000 gold.
Yeah, he'll just take out the promissory from the gold. And
Okay. I would like you to roll. You are a gold pedal, so it's not necessarily deception, but I still want a deception roll from you to see how cool you are under the pressure of handing over promissory notes that you aren't 100% sure will work.
can I have advantage? Because I'm due to my shitty roll before, I'm pretty sure they will work.
If Yulie or Yenna would like to help you, then yes. If they
Yes!
would not like to help you, then no.
I have an inspiration.
Wait, help with
Will help if possible.
You've just been given an inspiration as well.
Oh,
Everyone wants us to have this pen.
yes.
Go ahead and roll with advantage and an inspiration.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the inspiration first, so we know what we're dealing with. The 3. That's a hearty inspire. First roll is an 18, plus deception is a dirty 20.
Okay.
And second roll is a 14. Oh wait, plus, yeah, so it doesn't matter. But dirty 20 plus 3, so that's a 23.
Nice. The guy behind the counter rolled a 2 for insight. So, yeah, they take the notes. They look at the name. They see that there is gold pedal across these promissory notes, and the fact that they are already like signed and endorsed by the Imperial Bank of Carnocht, and they're like, very well, thank you very much. They put them away and they bag up the pen for you and give you your purchase.
Amazing. Never been
And
happier
with
to
the
go shopping
purchase,
in D&D.
with the purchase of this game-breaking pen, we are going to take a short break.
Okay, sounds good.
Mainly so
Amazing.
I can see what you guys want to buy and figure all of that out. But yes, we will be back shortly. We're going to take a break. We suggest that you guys at home do the same. Get on up, grab a drink, stretch a little. We will be back for a short amount of time after the break. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
See you soon.
Hello.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
they got that one. They got that one.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Guys,
Can
guys,
you
guys.
hear me now?
They can hear
Jeez.
you.
Good.
The problem here is that Nick says okay several times without specifying what kind of okay it is before we go live.
That's it. That's all I've got. It made me jump.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, Dawn Seeker.
He's spooked
Oh
out.
no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make anybody jump. I'll come in with just like some real quiet chill music next time.
some elevator music.
Yes.
That is just making me laugh because that is just Dodger's elevator music. It's the exact same tune.
Yeah. I do love it though.
It is
Me
good,
too.
though. I'm not
It's
gonna
good
lie,
taste.
I missed the ad breaks. They were good.
I need to bring them back, dude.
Welcome to part 2 of Hellions of Carnocht. We left off part 1 in a magical store of wonder and mystery known as Paper Base, where Tink, Yulie, and Yenna just kind of bought everything.
Yeah.
They've definitely paid for this
Shrugs
store
and
for a
rich.
year
Yeah.
at least. Yeah, shrugs and rich. Which was absolutely great. So at this point, you walk out of the store, you are laden down with your many bags of wonderful stationery.
Correction,
You
I'm
have
laden down with one bag. Because I also bought the
correction,
bag.
you are laden down with a haversack. Yeah, okay. All right. And you have all grabbed a little brochure that has some of their mainstay enchanted items that they do on mail order. Now, this was said during the break, but I will reiterate for the sake of chat. The pen that Tink has just purchased that will create anything that Tink draws has the following constraints. It must be a tiny to small item, small being the size of an adult cat. I don't know why that's the scale I just decided to use.
Because you have a cat.
I was gonna
who's
say like
demanding brushing.
smaller than a bread box kind of thing. But...
Yeah, that makes more sense. It cannot be enchanted and it cannot be alive. I'm sure there will be more constraints in future depending how silly this gets, but this is where we're standing at. It is also a piece of artificing, and there are ways in the universe to upgrade said pen.
Oh no.
And yes, Tink
Okay.
can make infinite shoes.
No, I can make 40 shoes. I only have enough vials of ink to make 40 shoes.
Yes, but you can always buy more vials of ink.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the synergy with Yenna, incredible.
Oh my God.
Pink, I need more shoes.
Are you sure you don't want
is where we're
something
just-
more effective to throw?
I think she will be purchasing something else to throw that is plentiful, like ball bearings,
Yes, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
like a
Speaking
normal
of
thing to throw.
which, did you want to go over to Bodice Ripper? Or did you want to go to a more weapons-based store?
I would like better enchanted armor.
So to Bodice Ripper or to the Gilded Thread?
I mean, Tink's choice would be Bodice Ripper. Does wear. But
They do carry cloth armor there as well, so.
I
I'm
don't think
along
Yenna
for
would.
the ride.
I feel like Yenna would not be looking for new armor. She's not gonna wear armor. She doesn't do that. But she
What
would
if
be
it's
looking for like
pink?
items, like accessories.
Then you definitely want Bodice Ripper because Bodice Ripper does accessories as well,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
as well as items to be worn under the clothing to provide extra defense. So Bodice Ripper is towards the wall. Carnocht is this great walled city, and there are several entries to the inner city that are defined by stone towers with large arched oak doors between them. And it's towards one of these entry points that you see a set of shops that appear to have been started off as what are lean-tos into the actual wall themselves, but people over time have taken stones out of the wall and hollowed them out, and now these stores are actually built into the walls of Carnocht.
Ooh.
Bodice Ripper is one of these stores. It sits opposite a little bookstore, a coffee shop, and a jewelry store. The outside of it is, it's not as cute as Paper Base was, but it's definitely well looked after. The frontage is painted a very dark green, and there are two mannequins in front of the store wearing armor, and they are posed in a very amusing scene. It's a tongue-in-cheek scene of a bodice literally being ripped onto mannequins. So whoever owns the store definitely has a certain kind of humor. There's a placard outside that says 20% off. All last season stock must go.
Amazing.
And as you walk in, you see that most of the store on the ground floor is lit by crystals hanging in the air that appear to be levitating. And the base of the store, there is a man asleep in the corner who is a tabaxi, and he's got a hat pulled down very low on his brow, and he's purring, but every purr sounds a little bit like a snore, so it's like just behind the counter. But on this base floor, there are several mannequins that are dressed in certain kinds of armor. There are display cases holding greaves and bracers and boots. There are certain areas that are dedicated to chainmail or padded armor to be worn specifically underneath sets of clothes. And there's a rack in one of the corners that seems to be dedicated to cloaks and overcoats. A little chime goes off as you enter. The tabaxi doesn't wake up.
I think as like, because Tink has like something very specific in mind, and is either to be able to upgrade his current armor or to like find something very similar to it that is just simply better. And I think as he like moves around the store, he's just going to like not be like do his best to actively make noise, like as if he's like trying to like kind of passively wake this person up instead of just instead of just like, you know, nudging him awake.
Okay. I kind of want you to roll me an anti-stealth. Just roll me a straight up d20.
Well, that's a 15.
It takes a little while of you just kind of aimlessly moving things about, specifically to make noise, before you eventually make a loud enough clanging sound that you just watch this poor tabaxi man jump 3 feet in the air. All of his hair stands on end. He gives a little bit of like a growl, and then he's standing behind the counter, just like wide-eyed, staring at you and going, "Welcome to Bodice Ripper. How can I help you?"
Yeah,
His
yeah.
hat is on the ground. He just looks shell-shocked.
I'll give you a second. It's not that urgent. Armor, leather armor, enchanted leather armor.
He clears his throat. Enchanted. All of our enchanted items are on the 2nd level.
Thanks. You seem
I just
pretty
really wasn't expecting. This is usually a really quiet time of day.
Listen, that's very fair. You seem really stressed for someone who was moments ago asleep.
Well, I mean, you did decide to wake me up with a loud bang.
I didn't mean for it to be that loud. I just,
I'm
I
fine.
kind
I'm
of
fine.
thought that
I'm
it would.
good.
I didn't mean to make it that loud. I just.
Uh-huh. Well, it was, and now I feel like this, but it's okay. Yeah, all enchanted stuff is upstairs on the 2nd floor.
Thanks.
My sister Mog will help you through whatever you need.
Awesome. Sounds great. I'm sitting here being like, do I have anything to just like chill this dude out? And I absolutely don't. So I'm just gonna go.
You don't even have any like weed.
I mean, I do, but you can't just go around handing people the shit that Tink smokes. Because there's a
Fair.
whole lot. There's a whole lot that goes into that. Yeah, no.
He clears his throat again, and he looks at Yulie and Yenna, and is like, "And can I help you both with anything?"
I'm just looking around for now. Just
All right,
browsing.
well, fantastic. Got any questions? Just give me a quieter shout than that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I have no intention of yelling today.
Tink's like
Brilliant.
like walking up the stairs, being like, it really wasn't. It wasn't that loud.
Yeah, all right.
Yenna,
I'll come up
Yenna is
behind
just
you with cymbals next time, eh?
Yenna is just grinning at him like, haha.
He takes one look at Yulie, by the way, and he's like, "Oh, if you want an enchanted knitwear, we've got that on the 3rd floor too."
Oh my god. Okay. We'll have to let Dukes know.
Yeah.
A little. But
Oh, cool.
yeah. But I want Yulie to have enchanted knitwear.
Yes. I want this. Just like a knitted cloak of elven kind.
Oh my god.
That's what I want. Yeah, Yenna will kind of like browse the bottom, but then we'll eventually go up to the enchanted stuff because that's probably what she actually wants.
Yeah, a lot of the bottom floor is definitely geared more towards fighters or rogues, people
Mhm.
who are more bold about wearing armor.
Yeah.
As you ascend to the 2nd floor, you can definitely tell that whoever runs the enchanted stuff, they have enchanted everything. Not a single thing is like properly on the ground. It's all like levitating or moving displays or like glowing stuff around it. And there is just this little tabaxi in the back corner who is sitting in a little hammock chair, and she's knitting.
Mhm.
She's got a little hat perched on her head and like very flouncy frilly skirts. There's a
I love
baby
her.
tabaxi in a little basket beside her that she's magically rocking.
Yeah, Tinkle Tingle just kind of walk over and hey.
Afternoon.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
I help?
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, oh, she seems like way more chill. Yeah, I was looking for something like, and he's gonna gesture to like, he has his armor off. Like again, we're kind of in the business of like not leaving any of our shit behind.
Mhm.
So he'll kind of like gesture to the armor and be like, I'm looking for something like this, but like better.
All right. That's a nice set of armor that you've got there. And she hops down off of the little suspended chair, and you see that she is incredibly short.
Oh,
Um, she's a little sphinx cat, tabaxi, and is obviously wearing some of her own knitwear over the top of her shirt, of her skirt, sorry. And she comes over and she's just tugging a little bit at your armor, being like, "I hope you don't mind. I just need to see. This it should have an enchantment inscribing. Give me 2 seconds." And she's just looking around, and you then see a little glow out the corner of your eye as your armor reacts to whatever detect magic spell she's using.
yeah. I think he's also
And
probably like crouched down a bit to like help her out, make this like an easier thing.
the moment that it glows and reacts, she snaps her fingers and goes, "Perfect!" And she runs off and jumps up several floating boxes with a very spry amount of speed to grab two long boxes from one of the very top of the floating shelves. And she hovers them down with her as she descends back down. She's like, "These two should be perfect for you. They'd be a little bit of a step up from what you've got at the moment. This one is made of the finest leather that we've got out of Inez." And she opens the box. And inside, it's not a complete full set of leathers, but it is like a shoulder piece, much like the one that you've got now, with a sister piece to it for the other shoulder as well, that are both studded with silver and gold, and several rings in place underneath for extra attachments for a cloak if wanted. That leads down to a heavy belt designed to like keep blades away from like the back of your body, so away from the liver and away from the kidneys. And it's also got two like knee braces that attach and a set of leather boots. There is an optional chest piece as well. And all of it again is like studded with that silver and gold and the hoops for attachments and anything that you'd need.
Adorable. Love it. Mechanically, what is this like?
Mechanically, this set is 13 AC with the +1 to intelligence that your current set has.
Also, I mean, I love it. Dad, how much?
This set would run you about 700 gold. And then this set would run you about 1,000. And she takes the top off of that box. And inside is a very like you can tell the quality of the leather. Like it looks soft and worn. And it's a cropped jacket that belts
Oh,
up
perfect.
that has like built-in shoulder pauldrons, but there are also shoulder pauldron attachments that you can put over the top of that have silver and gold plate on them. There's again the knee braces and the boots, and there are also a couple of pieces of thigh armor and a belt as well to match the other set. Mechanically, this set would be an AC 15
Holy shit.
and a +1 to your intelligence.
I try and
Also
commit?
crop top.
I know. Do I try and commit fraud twice in one? This is just trying to get rid of some of these promissory notes because I keep like waving them over their head, being like, that he still has. Oh no.
Commit fraud. Commit
To be fair,
fraud.
at this point, to get either of these, he would have to commit fraud. So go big or go home, I guess.
Oh my god.
These are the sets of armor that we carry. We do carry enchanted cloth as well. There are several things on the rack that I think that you would be quite interested in. And she leads you over and kind of motions with her tail towards 2 racks of clothing and pulls a couple of items out, including several crop tops because she can see that that's a fashion choice that you've already made.
I love
You're
it.
gonna rob this nice lady. Like,
It's not. It's future. I mean, maybe they'll also get them. It's really hard to say.
As Nick tries to feel less bad.
Listen, eventually this loop resets anyway, and none of this will matter. So, but I'll still have the
So we
things.
think
We think.
this could be the last loop.
Don't say. If you said that to Tink, he would fucking attack you.
That's what here.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
here has a wonderful little attachment that'll make you a little bit sturdier. This one here is said to guide you to wise encounters, and she brings the 2 crop tops over. One is a green that almost matches your hair, and the other one is like this really cool orangey gold color. The orangey gold one is a +2 to wisdom.
Huh.
The green one is a +2 to constitution.
I say.
There
knowing
are others
my
to be
boy has
found.
bad constitution.
If you want to go digging, the clothes in the corner for mechanical purposes, several of them are enchanted to be a +2 to a stat. So I would allow Yenna, Tink, to make any decision on what that fashion item looks like, and you would still get the boost.
And what's the AC on?
They do only have a base AC of 10.
Okay. I would actively.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they are magical items that you can be attuned to.
Oh, so like, you could have the shirt and the arm.
You could.
Oh. No. And how much are?
Mhm.
These are 50 gold apiece.
And just for sake of our kind of normal leathers and stuff, normal armors. What are the good sets of those that someone back?
Oh, you mean like one of the ones downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really Tom's purview. And she skitters off to the top of the stairs and goes, "Oi, Tom!" And he's like, "What?" You get the impression she's just woken him up again. Which could be one of the reasons he's quite so jumpy and nervous. And she's like, "What did the armors run to down there?" And he shouts up with like, "Run to? Gold? Over 1,000 usually."
So Tink's current thought is potentially get a shirt that will give +2 intelligence. And get
Cool.
an armor that's like AC 14 or I can. What would that be? Just so I know what my options are before committing fraud.
For the normal armors downstairs, the ACs do run much higher. They run like from 15 to 17.
Yeah.
The price of them also runs much higher. You're looking at like 1,200 to 2,000 gold.
Yeah, listen, I need to know what my options are before committing fraud, because I only have so much gold.
Also, just a note, you do have an inspiration that you can redeem
I
when
know.
you are trying to convince these people that it's legit.
To be fair, it is legit, just from the future past. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll go. I'm gonna get the expensive set and get a +2 shirt
Okay.
as well.
She packages those up for you and she's like, would you like any of the accessories we offer?
This is Nick just being like, don't put my boy in a cape. Tell me about the accessories. Do put my boy in a cape.
Well, we have a multitude of capes and half capes if you're interested, each of which come with their own separate enchantments. We also have gloves with spelled enchantments if you'd like to take a look at those. We've got bangles that the same sort of enchantments can be moved to as well. We've got a couple of rings. Take your pick.
I would
We can
absolutely.
also recommend like the rings to come from our jeweler friends across the road.
What?
Tink gonna buy a ring to give to Bob the next time.
Oh god.
Sorry.
My heart. He will look at jewelry real quick. I'm not putting this boy in a cape. I can't do it. I can't. For me, I draw him way too much. Have to
Put
put
him in a cape. Put him in a
and deal with that
cape.
decision. But I will put him in jewelry.
Well, I have to tell you, the jewelry, the rings come. There are 3 separate rings. One is called the Adventurer's Ring, and it's a +1 to survival and a +1 to nature. One of the rings is called the Mage's Friend, and it is a +1 to Arcana, along with a +1 to Investigation.
Okay.
The third ring is Ring of Blasting, and it adds 1d4 damage to any fire spell that's not a cantrip.
Why didn't you just call it the Ring of Fire so that I could just like hum Johnny
Because I
Cash?
knew you'd start singing.
Okay.
The bangles. There is the Bangle of Teleportation. It allows you to teleport to a spot that you can see within 100 feet.
How often? You can't just say you can teleport.
You can use it twice every long rest.
Okay.
Theoretically, you can teleport yourself into somewhere and teleport yourself out.
Okay.
One of the other bangles is give me 2 seconds. Yeah, it's essentially got a featherfall on it. So in the event that the person wearing it takes a fall, it will automatically trigger a featherfall spell once every long rest.
Oh god. Okay. The amount that I've needed Featherfall and not had it, it's really making me lean towards that. Are these all to be attuned though?
No, these aren't to be attuned.
Okay.
And this is also for like Yenna as well. You can choose any of these if you wish to.
Hmm.
There is a necklace of hellish rebuke. That allows you to cast hellish rebuke as a reaction once every long rest. There is a necklace of the dying dance.
The fuck?
When the wearer drops to below 50% health, they essentially anybody trying to take a attack against them, like a reaction to attack against them. What am I thinking of? What's the word?
Attack of opportunity.
Attack of
That's
opportunity.
the one. Yes. Any attack of opportunity is done at disadvantage.
Cool.
And there is a necklace of Scorching Ray where you can use the spell Scorching Ray once every long rest.
Teleportation ring.
How
Mm.
much is the Featherfall?
The Featherfall bangle is 100 gold.
I'm an idiot. And that seems just like a good thing for my boy to have equipped. Yeah, okay.
You said it was a necklace?
Pardon?
It was a necklace that had the
Hellish Rebuke?
the dancing.
Oh, dancing,
Or...
yeah.
Oh, yes, it was a necklace, yes.
Okay, and how much is that one?
That one would be 150 gold.
150.
Alright. So, yeah.
There's also earrings.
Oh no, I love earrings. He has so many earrings.
Like, I'm just gonna call this portion earrings and bows, okay?
Ah, bows!
Like,
Continue.
it's hair stuff and earrings. So
No,
you can make it look
no.
like whatever you want. But essentially, one is of Disguise Self, where you can use the spell Disguise Self once a long rest. There is a accessory of Illusion that allows you to cast an illusion once every long rest. There is an accessory of Spider Climb. And there is an accessory of Swift that adds 30 meters to your movement speed.
Hmm.
Oh, and there's an accessory of Talk with Dead.
Oh no.
Oh god. Terrible.
How much are they?
These accessories run about 150.
Okay. And are these kind of the same vibe? Like they're equipped?
Yep, they're equipped and you can use the thing once a day.
Alright. Featherfall. Spider Climb. Talk with them.
There's Spider Climb, there's Talk with Dead, there's...
Oh no, I'm just saying those are the ones he's gonna get.
Oh, okay, alright.
Which would be another 450 in my estimate, right?
Yeah, it would.
Plus 50 for the shirt, plus 1,000 for the set.
Yep, so that you're up to 1,500.
Yep. And he will try and use the notes.
Are you sure you don't want to have a look at the Cape of Healing?
How much is the Cape of Healing? If it's too much, then out of budget.
The Cape of Healing is 150. When you are down to 25% health, it gives you 10 extra hit points.
My boy does take a lot of damage.
And that's pretty much every single one of these capes. So there are multiple if you would like to buy one, Yenna.
Okay. Ah, there are several things I want. I'm actually typing you a message because I have a question that I
Yeah,
keep
no,
forgetting to
go
put up.
for it. I'm giving you lots of tools so that you can figure shit out.
Mhm.
The problem is with depression. So
So Tink is just going to spend all of his money in one
yes.
go. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Listen, I've had 2,600 gold
Yes.
burning a hole in my pocket, and I have inspiration. We're doing great.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Striker being like, lots of tools to fix my damn economy. Yes!
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question about how,
Yes.
like, and how credit would work in this universe. Because, like, Yenna, I think, would be familiar with credit, and, like, it's a question of could she say charge it to a family account?
Yes, she could.
Okay. I mean, there could be repercussions for that, but right now, this is like essentially Daddy's plastic might buy me this.
Yes.
We've entered that
Daddy.
territory.
Yeah.
Money, please.
Considering you already have promissory notes from your family, Yenna, that would
Mhm.
act as proof of a credit line.
Okay. Yeah.
But it
Okay.
is up to the store how much of a credit line they'll give you.
Cool. Good to know. Yeah.
There are also shoes.
Don't make me get nice shoes because then I might throw them.
Oh, but they're steel-toed.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Put Yenna in some
They're additional
stilettos. so she
throwing
can-
damage. Get out of here.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
They do an extra +4 damage.
Um, how much was the teleportation ring?
The teleportation ring is 200 gold.
Okay. And then the shirt with like the shirt that was a magical item, not necessarily armor.
Yes,
How much was that?
50 gold.
50. Oh, that's
Yep.
way more reasonable. Oh no.
I know the shirts are way too reasonable.
The shirt I think is a must-have for Yenna for what I want to do. But I also have I have to know how DM rules in my little whisper.
I am away to go look at it.
Yeah. It's genuinely a big ask, which is why I don't wanna oh man. I want so many things. This is the real problem.
Striker's just like, please, I will pay for the shoes.
I agree. I
You agree? Okay,
do.
yeah. Because I just can't imagine it for her ever at any
Yeah,
point.
I can't either. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, cool.
Ow.
Well, that makes things much easier. Yeah. Yenna having sort of like quietly just been like hanging out and listening to all this stuff because she kind of like I think knows that things that are good for Tink would probably be good for her, and she's starting at nothing. She has no magical armor or items, I think, at the moment.
Hmm.
Would just sort of like wander over and be like, hi, if
Hello.
I needed a credit line opened, how would
Uh-huh.
that work?
Oh, well, you'd have to have proof of an account set up in Carnocht,
Mm-hmm.
specifically with your family name if possible.
Uh-huh.
And we usually offer a line of credit up to 1,000 gold. Anything further than that is by arrangement only.
Okay. That's totally fair. Huh. Well, I will definitely want one of those cute shirts. Um,
Oh, fantastic.
and
And she
then
goes and grabs one for you.
yeah. And that lovely necklace, which is the necklace of death dancing. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the necklace of death dancing.
Yeah. Here's last night happened, and it's literally not very long after that, and she got scared.
Give me 2 moments. I am pulling out my calculator. Okay. Yep.
And then I really, really must have that ring, and she's looking at the teleportation ring.
Okay. So altogether, that would come to 450 gold.
So I can do
Mhm.
50 now, but unfortunately, I do not have quite the
That's
funds.
absolutely fine. Do you have a promissory note?
Yes, and she'll just pull out whatever is. I don't know how it works. I'm not super familiar with promissory notes as a concept, so.
Essentially, it would just be a piece of paper that, rather like a check, that just says, "I bequeath unto so and so this amount of money."
Okay, sure.
And she would just take a magical copy of that,
Mm-hmm.
and hand it back to you, and
Mm-hmm.
you now have a credit line of up to 1,000. So
Cool.
she hands that all off to you.
Excellent. Now I will look at shoes.
Okay. There are many shoes. There are ballet shoes, there are little slippers, there are boots. All of them are steel-toed and reinforced. And a couple of them are enchanted.
Probably looking at the enchanted one specifically.
There's a pair of ballet shoes that are called the Hiker's Comfort.
Okay.
And they provide a temporary +2 hit points. Just as standard, that you can use once every long rest.
Okay. Interesting.
There's another pair of shoes that they're called Fleetfoot, and they have a speed enchantment on them, and they will allow you an extra bonus action every turn of combat.
God damn.
It's really
Fascinating.
good.
It's really
That's like
good.
really good.
God. I don't
And
have a ton of
then
bonus actions though.
there's one that's just called Fancy Feet.
Okay.
Good.
Um,
I love
and
it.
it gives you advantage on charisma rolls.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yenna does make a lot
Okay.
of those.
She attempts to make a lot of those.
Well, yeah, but
Hmm.
she's gonna be able to.
Yeah.
I will say there are dagger shoes.
What does that mean?
They are the shoes in which you tap your heel and a dagger comes out the toe.
They are literal stilettos.
Oh. Oh dear.
Give him a kick.
Oh no. How much are the fancy shoes? The fancy feet?
The Fancy Feet are 100 gold.
100. Oh. Yeah, no. I think she's gonna have to have them.
Yes. Re-roll charisma.
Yes. She's just gonna be more annoying now.
I love it.
It's
Are
gonna
you
be a
kidding?
problem.
The amount of shit that my boy is gonna be able to do once a day, he's gonna be so annoying. I'm gonna have to sit down and make a fucking list, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like 100%. I'm giving you these tools for a reason and because I think that they will be fun.
Mhm.
But if they are hard to track, let me know when we can figure out something much easier.
Oh, I'll figure it out. Don't you?
Yeah. I
If I
noticed
forget
something.
I have things, it is Tink canonically forgetting he has things. Like that's fine. He bought a lot of things in a miasma today.
I will
Uh,
say the entire time that you guys are just debating over all of this, Balthazar is also shopping.
I was gonna say, of course he is.
Yeah,
fantastic. Of course he
you
is.
can't take him to a store with this much fashion armor in it and not have him shopping.
Mhm. I know there's one more thing that I wanted, but I think I forgot what it is exactly. So I think
Do you remember
that's.
what it did?
I think it was one of the rings, and I think it was like like gave you extra arcana or something like that, but I wasn't sure if.
Oh, it was the mage's friend,
Oh yeah.
and it was +1 to Arcana, and a +1 to Investigation.
Yeah, how much is that?
Yeah.
It is 150, like
Does-
most of the
Mhm.
jewelry.
And does it require
Mm.
attunement?
It does not require attunement. It does not. Because I
Oh.
expect you to be switching these accessories out quite often.
Yenna would never take it off.
Got 10 fingers.
Just make sure you guys are keeping note of all of this.
And then Mage's friend was 150, you said?
It is, yes.
Okay.
150.
Oh. Okay, I think she's done, because anymore than that, she will actually max out her credit line like a crazy person.
Yenna gets a credit card, maxes it out the first day.
Yeah, like literally. Oh
Leaves.
no.
Free money.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we are in a time loop. It is literally free money. This is the only time that a credit card is potentially free money. Slash a line of credit is potentially free money. Because when time resets, our debts are going to reset. And we will still have the things we got.
Yep. Oh,
I
man.
will say, if this makes it any easier for you, you can only equip 1 necklace and 2 rings at the same time.
Okay, then yeah, she's done, because that's 2 rings and a necklace.
Yeah.
Yep. Most excellent.
Earrings, I'm negotiable.
Okay.
I don't think Yenna's ears are pierced.
I did say all hair accessories,
That's true.
and you can make them look like whatever you want, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to look at?
God, no. Because it'll... my boy is, like, actually...
Yeah.
Okay, have you sent me your lists of everything that you want?
I will in a
I will send it in a bit, but I can tell you that the total is 1650 gold.
Okay, alright.
Which would set him back the rest of his promissory note and an
It
additional
would.
50 gold.
Okay. The additional 50 gold, do you have that on you, or would you also need to open a line of credit?
No, I have it on me. I still
Okay,
have a
alright.
surprising amount of gold on me because I used 1,000 last time for promissory.
Okay. In which case, as she's backing everything up for you, I would like you to roll a deception check with your inspiration.
Rolling my inspiration first.
Okay.
Yeah, to let these work. Absolutely. That is a 7 on the inspiration dice.
Ah,
Oh boy.
Oh god. Okay. It's a much worse roll. It's gonna be a 14 total.
A 14 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She looks at the note and she's filing it away, and she stamps it and she files it into the till,
Mm-hmm.
and she looks at you and she goes, "It's very rare that we get a gold petal around these parts," and just pushes your bags towards you with a smile.
Oh, just in town for the weekend. He like briefly looks like, is it?
It
and
is
takes
not
the
a
bag.
weekend.
It's not.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Well,
amazing.
just be sure to let people know that you got your stuff from Bodice Ripper, and she winks at you and puts a little brochure in the bag.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll do. Thank you.
And she does the same for you, Yenna, piling everything into a little bag for you and handing it over.
Yenna gets very excited. Puts the new shoes on immediately. She's just like, they're so cute.
And the woman behind the counter just gives like a little squeal of excitement that you love them so much. And she's like,
Yeah.
"Thank you so much for coming. Honestly, it's been fantastic. Thank you guys."
Oh.
Yenna bows and does like a little twirl and gestures, and it's just like the happiest, like looks like a child, like genuinely is a child for a moment.
Meanwhile, Balthazar is also going to drop some gold.
Oh, fancy
I'm
boy.
not telling you what he bought though.
It's okay, I'm sure he wouldn't tell us either. So
Yeah.
Ah,
Secretive man. Okay. As you guys leave that store, we are going to switch over to Monty and Zanthe, who at this point will have reached across town after an hour and a half of careful walking. I would like you two to roll perception for me.
oh, good. Good. I don't. It's 13, but I could re-roll it, but I don't think I'm gonna get any better. So
If anyone would like to give me inspiration on this, I would be very happy.
You can't just ask the chat for inspiration. They have to give it
I
to you.
know. I mean, I didn't get that bad. I got a 14. Oops, that's not in dice rolls. I put that in the wrong thing. Huh?
You did indeed. So that's a
I
13
always
and a
do
14.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
You have a very uneventful walk through town. But Monty, you do notice at the corner of your eye, every so often, you think you've seen that person a few times. Oh, someone has just given you inspiration.
Thank you.
Keep it for your next roll.
Okay.
Did you take us to the brothel? Is this where you wanted to go?
Yeah, I left last night without saying thank you to to Lawrence and to Madam, and um I wanted to thank them for their hospitality yesterday.
Okay. Do you
Um
want me to come with you?
I mean, you don't have to. That might
I just
I I mean, I can go in by myself. Like it's fine. I've been here before.
if you want your privacy, I can wait, but I don't know. I don't go to a lot of these places, and I don't really.
Neither do I. This is the only one I've been to. Um. Anyways, I'm gonna go and you do what you want. I shouldn't be long.
Okay. Yeah, he'll follow him into like the main part, I guess.
Okay, so you both enter brothel.
It's like noon.
It is
Yeah.
very much like noon, to the point where the person who is on the door, which is a very
Mhm.
familiar dragonborn at this point, shuffles to her feet and looks between you both like, "Well, we're not open yet."
Oh, I just wanted to I just wanted to say thank you to Lawrence and the what's the madam's name, because I would have gotten her name.
The madam's name,
Yes.
Madam Down.
Okay. And Madam Down, they I was distressed yesterday and I just wanted to come and thank them for what they done for me, and that's it.
Oh, aye, and I've got fucking coin for every time I've heard that. You'll stay here, I'm locking this door, and I'll be back in a second, and shuts the door in your face.
That's fine with me. And Monty just like sits on the stoop. And just like awkwardly like is just very awkwardly sitting on the stoop and like this is like the weirdest. He's not expecting to be. He's not really thought this through at all because
He never does.
he's exactly. Why would he think anything through?
It takes a few minutes, probably upwards of 10, before the lock on the door opens, and standing in the doorway is Lawrence in one of his many illustrious like day coats,
Mm-hmm.
and he just looks down at you and goes, "I really didn't think that we'd see you around here again."
I I'm sorry for running out so quickly last night. But without saying thank you for your hospitality yesterday.
As you should. Impeccably bad manners. Come in. He moves aside to make room for you and Zanthe.
I don't know where my manners were yesterday. Clearly didn't
That
have any.
much is obvious. Now, are you hungry? Do you want a drink? I still feel the need to take pity on you a little.
Um, it's I'm not interrupting anything at all. Just I guess a coffee would be okay.
And
Xanth?
yes, what about your friend here?
Oh, um, yeah, I like coffee too. He looks at Monty.
Lawrence kind of raises an eyebrow as he looks at you, Xanth, before heading away. Come on, the kitchens are open. It's very much fend for yourself this hour of the day.
Quite all right. And Monty follows him. Is just like
Lawrence leads you both into a kitchen. It is incredibly quiet. There's the cook in the corner looks like they're working on the menu for the evening, but
mm-hmm.
it's nowhere near the kind of hustle and bustle that it was the last time you came here, Monty. Lawrence just pulls up a couple of stools and sets to making a pot of coffee in a French press. Except it wouldn't be called French press because this is D&D. Coffee press. There we go. So we made enough of an impression for you to come back and thank me. And say sorry.
I was very rude yesterday, and I didn't want that to be your only impression of me, and I'm also very sorry for startling you.
Yes, quite. And he pours you both a cup of coffee and sits across from you. The madam wants to know if you want a job.
Um, what sort of job does she have in mind? I'm not terribly good with people.
You don't have to be terribly good with people for this sort of job, but anything. You turned up on our doorstep looking ever so forlorn, like a kitten left out in a storm. If you are upon hard times, the madam says you have a place here should you want one.
Monty's just like he's just like he's just like and also painfully aware of the fact that he's wearing a very, very fancy, very like expensive shirt that he was feeling uncomfortable in beforehand, and now is feeling even more uncomfortable in it, along with the pile of money that he has back at the hotel. Yeah, I yes, I'm not good at much, but I I'd like to repay her for hospitality.
Very well, I will inform the madam. Will you be requiring a room here too?
Um, yes. Um,
And what about you?
Zanthe is a wonderful dancer.
I know. I think he was asking about the rooms, Monty.
No, I was
Oh.
asking about the job, frankly, and whether or not you were also here begging for one.
No. But thank you, I
But if
guess.
you can dance, I can get the madam. And
I
he starts to
cannot.
raise.
I cannot dance. No.
Oh, come on. You did a wonderful job.
Oh. Sith like shoots him a look. I I've it's fine. I'm not really I'm not really looking for a job right now.
Are you sure? I'd have thought someone with your face would be wanting to get off the street at any cost.
Who said I was on the street?
And you see Lawrence's eyebrows kind of raise a little bit, and he bustles off for a second before coming back with a piece of paper. And what you notice about this piece of paper is that it's a black ballot. The paper is pitch black, and drawn on it is a likeness of your face.
Oh, what is this?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. Do I use Tides of Chaos or Lucky? Okay, I'll do Lucky. That's a natural 20 plus 1.
Nice. A black ballot is
Nice.
something very rarely handed out in Carnocht, but when it is, it means war. It's essentially a mark put on the person's head that says it is free reign to kill that person.
And it's my face specifically, not my brother's face.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Or an investigation, actually.
Okay, investigation's slightly better, but not much. 30, 20?
Okay. With a dirty 20, you can tell that it is definitely Xander's face,
Okay.
but that it's so crudely drawn that people would definitely mistake it for you.
Okay.
Like, you bear enough of a resemblance, and the sketch marks are so loose.
Can I keep this?
Of course.
Thank you
It
for
was pushed under the door this morning. We heard about what happened down at the Swan, some awful business.
Yeah.
Monty's going green just thinking about this, what happened at the Swan, what they saw.
I
We're
I
not in the habit.
appreciate this.
That's all right. We're not in the habit of harboring fugitives, but Madame Down has a soft spot for the underdog.
Believe
And
me
you
if I
don't seem to have the face of a killer to me.
would you believe me if I told you this wasn't my face?
Depends on the explanation you gave.
Monty.
It's his brother. That's not him.
Well, then you've got a damn good resemblance. It's dangerous business.
Family resemblance is very strong.
Right. You sure you don't need a job?
No,
Madam can extend a certain amount of security.
I not yet, but I'll think about it if that's all right.
Well, you think good and hard about it then, and he gives your leg a little pat, and then he looks at Monty and is just like, I imagine the madam will want you to report towards the evening. Most of the staff tend to come in at about 7 p.m. for those who don't work on premises. She'll find something to put you to. The pay is not wonderful, not unless you perform, or are one of the kept ones, and he spreads his arms wide with a little faux bow, and rests his head upon his hand as he looks back at you. I believe it's 15 silver a night.
That's fine. I mean, I can. I mean, you're not. Obviously, you're not Madame Down, but I can cook. I can clean. I just want to be useful.
Lawrence reaches out and just gives your cheek a little pat, and is like,
Monty blushes.
I'm sure you can be at that. Still, I'd suggest that you make yourself scarce until the evening shift.
Okay. Thank you.
So no worries at all. The madam is just busy at the moment.
That's understandable. I wanted to also, and he's just like very awkwardly like looking down at his coffee and then looking back up at Lawrence and looking at the coffee and going back and forth and going, you danced very well last night. I made sure I stayed to watch your performance.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
can tell you now it's born from years of trying.
Oh. It's a skill. And Monty's just very, 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 very red.
You see Lawrence kind of gives an awkward little laugh. His ears have turned like a bright shade of pink, and he's like, well, I do think that that's enough of that with compliments, but thank you so much. I'm afraid I do have a show to prepare for.
It's yes, we'll
Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your coffee.
Oh no, we'll make
I'll-
ourselves scarce.
Indeed. I shall see you before or after the show tonight. Perhaps.
Can I make an
Tremont.
insight check?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I just want to see, I guess for lack of, better way of saying this, how fucking gay Lawrence is acting for Monty right now.
I'm also gonna do an insight check because Monty's dumb as shit. But he's trying.
Insight is
Fuck, I dropped
18.
my dice.
It was what? Sorry.
18.
An 18.
Mhm.
Lawrence is more awkward than anything right now.
So it's not like necessarily like attraction, it's very shy.
It's not attraction and shy so much as it is awkward and finds it a little bit cute.
Oh, okay.
What did Monty roll?
That was insight. So
Mhm.
we're just doing some quick math real quick.
I really hope you fail because I can't
I
imagine
did.
Monty like doing anything else.
Hold on. 8 plus 5. Am I gonna burn my inspiration on this? Yes, I am, because it doesn't carry over to next week. Wait, yes. So that's a dirty 20.
Oh my god.
Monty, what you see in Lawrence is a man who is incredibly awkward, doesn't know quite where the line of this conversation is going at the moment, but does think that you're a little bit adorable.
And as the audience is now learning, Ned cannot flirt, which is why Monty can't flirt. And he just sort of goes, I'll see you this evening, and I hope your show goes well.
Thank
And
you. I'm sure it will. That sounded conceited. Forgive me.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
you're welcome. I didn't think it sounded conceited. 7:00, you said, for when most people who
Indeed,
work on the premises.
7 is definitely the time that most come in for their shift.
Right. Well, I'll see you. I'll be back at 7. I hope your preparations go well. And he downs the rest of his coffee and just like walks out the door. And I'm gonna just do a. I'm going to do a shit. What would it be? Just a general like. I guess performance check to see if he like actually makes it out the door and like if he looks cool doing it or if he just like fucks, like walks into a wall or something because he's like just trying to seem cool.
Performance
It's a
check.
dirty
Give me a
20.
performance check. Dirty 20? Damn,
Yeah.
son. Okay. Yes, you do the entire turn and flip and walk away, but you've left Zanthe behind.
And then I just like, realized that like I don't have anyone with me, and I was like, Zanthe, come, and I just turn over. I was like, turn around. I was like, are you coming with me? We should probably get on with the rest of our day. And just completely blows his like any potential of looking cool.
Yeah, I'm coming. He gets up and walks over to.
And you have successfully done some of the most awkward flirting I have ever seen streamed on a D&D game. Well done.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you. Thank you. You now know what my flirting attempts looked like in real life.
So you walk out onto the street, and as I said, it's midday, so it's fairly quiet in Cat Alley.
I
What
just
would
look
you
at
like to
Zanthe
do
and go,
now?
I really fucked that up, didn't I?
No, I thought that was actually some of the best you've ever done. I should
And,
probably not be looking like my. Can we?
yeah, oh, we should have taken care of that before. Fuck.
It's okay. It's okay.
And we just look for, I just sort of like peek around a corner to see if there's a place that Xanth can change, like,
Oh yeah,
without being seen.
there are several alleys that you can duck into, but I will need you both to make stealth checks.
Yeah, okay. I feel like if it helps when we find an alley, he's cast minor illusion and make it seem like there's no one there when it's really him.
Oh, in that case, no worries. You don't need to roll stealth for that.
Okay. I think
You
I
can
can do
definitely make
that.
it look like there's no one there.
Yeah. Okay. Um, he will. I think of all the people we met. I guess he'll change into Horus. Because I don't. It would feel too bad if I did anyone for the party right. Um. Yeah.
So you feel your features morph and change, and instead of Xanth, you now look like Horus.
Yeah, he's around the same height as us, right?
Yeah, Horus is around the same height as you, with sandy brown hair tied back very neatly into a bow, and glasses perched on his nose, and dressed quite finely for a middling cantripper.
Is this? Am I good?
Monty, this is the most confident you've ever seen Horus look.
You look far more confident than I would have expected. Also
Yeah,
very surprised that you went for Horus and not one of your disguises from last night, given, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. And
What?
Monty just like smash knocks his head against
What
the
are you
wall.
doing? What
I
is
don't
wrong with
know.
you?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just I'm Zanthe, I
Want me
don't know
to?
what I'm doing.
I know. It's it's all right. I just I don't know. We're fine. We're gonna make mistakes. So it's gonna be fine.
I'm just a walking mistake.
Why do you always do this to yourself? Why can't you just like it's every time you talk about anything that's happened about how much you fucked up. Like you didn't do anything wrong.
Zanthe, I've spent my whole life being told I'm a fuck up, and I'm trying to not anymore, but it's hard.
Trying to not believe it or you're trying to
I'm trying not to believe it. I'm trying not to be a fuck up, but it's hard when you've spent your entire life being told that you can't do anything right.
yeah, well they're
And that
just your family is in fucking debt right now. Like if anyone's fuck ups, they're it's kind of them. I really don't eh, I really don't think they know what they're talking about, Monty. Like if they had any right to judge you, they would be much better on their feet right now. Handled so much better.
yeah, I guess you're right. I don't do this interaction thing very well. Um
Talking?
Particularly not with people that I'm interested in. Um
Oh, yeah, I think he liked you though. I think he really did. Like I don't you kind of get under a lot of people's skins, but he didn't kind of think it was cute a little bit. So I don't I think it went well.
yeah, I have wish I knew what I just signed myself up for. Hopefully it's just cooking or cleaning. I really think I'd be terrible
I
at
think he would have told you, right?
yeah. Yeah,
I
I think you would have.
if you don't want to talk about this right now, it's okay, but I that was your brother last night, right?
Yeah, that was my
I
oldest brother. I have two
I
more.
I think I think my brother killed him and I don't know why, but I couldn't not tell you.
Thanks. Um, I I didn't know that Paul was in Carnock. I thought that he was off in the south or somewhere else. I I wasn't expecting to. Well, I wasn't expecting to see him, and then I wasn't expecting to see him dead, and I wasn't expecting.
Is he involved in
He's involved in something.
yeah, I don't think he would end up like that if he wasn't. I don't
I,
I mean I might not be the only person that should be hiding from people right now.
right. I guess taking a job is a smart thing to do, and I should probably get out of these clothes. they're rather shinier than I'd go for.
I mean, I don't know if it's the clothes as much as your hair, if I'm being honest. I don't. All your
Right.
siblings have it, right?
Do we have a razor,
What?
or could we dye it? So try. How do we? The easiest way to get rid of the red is either we shave my head or we dye it.
You could just wear a cloak. I mean, if you want your hair, you can. I wouldn't.
What if it doesn't? If the cloak falls off or whatever, it's like I can't. There's things that I can't control other people's reactions to and other people's responses. And if I'm trying to get somewhere and whatnot, is I think the best thing to do is just change the way I look.
I don't.
The easiest thing for I can't do all this magic shit and like whatnot. Like the I could do something to it, but I
just
can't
feel
change
like
the
if you
face.
shave it, it's still gonna be red. It's unless you're bald, it's gonna be a buzz cut of red, and it's still pretty dark red, so it's gonna be.
So we dye it brown, or we dye it black, or something.
If you want to, I don't.
I need you both to roll perception for me. I don't want to interrupt this because I'm loving it, but I do need you both to roll perception for me.
Okay. Oh man, Let's see what Ned rolls before I re-roll that.
Oops, I wrote was the wrong one. That was a
I don't feel
15,
like I'm
not
gonna
a
do better than
14.
14, so you guys can have my 4.
So that was a 15, was it?
Yes, I rolled a 13, and my perception is +2, and I just typed the wrong thing.
All right, fantastic. You've definitely seen the person who passes that alleyway before.
Right, I'm gonna now. I was like, Xanth, hold that thought, and I'm just gonna go and confront the person who's passed the alleyway.
How would you like to confront them? Are you going to step out of the alleyway, or are you going to like grab them? What are you going to do?
I'm going to sneak behind and slip behind them, and I'm gonna just sort of go and just like pull them into the alleyway with us.
Can I do this too? Because I don't want to. If I see him sneaking, I'm gonna.
You cut out a little bit there, Emily. Sorry.
Can I do this too? Because if I see him sneaking off, I'm not gonna just let him go without me.
Yeah, of course you can. I would like you both to make strength checks as you grab a hold of this person to yank them backwards.
Do we need to do stealth first, or?
Only if you're trying to be stealthy about it.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Okay.
were, right?
I was, so
Okay, I'll do
Yep,
stealth
give me
as
2
well.
stealth checks then.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna use the lucky because. Okay, much better. Can I? What's your strength?
bad.
Is it better than -2?
It's significantly better than -2. It is
Okay,
a
can I
+1.
assist Monty instead of doing my own roll?
You can indeed. Monty, you have advantage on your strength check.
Okay. I did not need that because I got a 15 on my first roll.
Nice.
But thank you.
Okay, with a 15, you grab the back of this person's cloak and give it a good yank. And you watch as they stumble backwards, flailing. And you drag them into the alleyway. And throughout that entire time, they've said nothing.
Oh, I don't like that.
And as you drag them into the alley, the cloak that they're wearing with a hood up, which is strange considering the weather today, falls slightly skeweth, and you see pallid grey skin under the cloak. They still haven't said a word.
Do we is this something we recognize either as, I can't remember what they were, the thing that fucked up
The-
Balthazar, or the doppelgangers?
Would you like to pull the hood off?
Yes.
You can't quite tell just from like the little bit of a jaw that you can see.
If Monty's not too rash with it, I'm scared.
Monty's gonna pull the cloak off.
In pulling the cloak off, you hear a rattling breath come from the figure that you've revealed. More of that pallid grey skin. You can see the veins standing out. Pale blue lines that trace underneath a decaying tone of grey and green and mottled skin. And you are looking at a walking corpse.
We haven't seen
Further than
anything
that,
like this before.
further than
I'm
that,
gonna stab it.
No, wait!
further than that, you fuckers. Sit yourselves down. That corpse is Belial. And we're done for the week.
Don't stab Belial! Don't fucking stab Belial!
That is the end of the session. We are done for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys at home enjoyed it.
Oh my
It has
god.
been absolutely wonderful and thrilling. I've had fun. I don't know about these guys.
I had a great time.
I don't know what to do with this.
I had a lovely time.
Your boyfriend's a zombie.
Fuck. I need to like obviously re-listen to the end of this, but like, oh my god. I heard you guys starting to talk about shit and I was like, excuse me?
God, no, yeah. We'll have a discussion after we're finished.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thank you.
Can I get one thing in before we end? And that is to
No.
canonically have Monty use the sending stone to say, Tink, your boyfriend's a zombie.
Oh god.
No, you can't. You can wait till next week, just like everybody
Fine.
else.
Oh my god. Great, cool.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys so much at home
Fantastic.
for watching. As I said, I hope it's been a good night for you. If you like what you have seen, please think about supporting us. We obviously you can subscribe on Twitch. We have a Patreon as well, in which we offer homebrew content, not safe for work tiers. And if you would like to find out what Balthazar and Calriel discussed between this session and last session, we also put up small written scenes, of which I've done my first solo one and it hurts me.
I'm gonna
No,
be putting
it's
up
beautiful.
I'm gonna be putting up a couple of those come like this month / the
Yeah.
beginning of next month because we've missed a little bit. So you'll be getting
We
a
have.
few backlogged PvPs if you're
They will
part of the
also
Patreon
very
this month.
soon. Yeah, they will also very soon be exclusive to Patreon for a month and then uploaded to AO3 for public consumption.
We're going on to archive of our own, guys. It's happening.
We're
Yeah.
doing it. We're
We're
doing
writing
it.
our own fan fiction.
We've written enough. But yeah, also we have a Discord if you would like to talk about what's happened in tonight's episode. Go and check it out. And before we go, I would like to thank our current Patreons for all of their continued support and all of our subscribers. We couldn't do what we do without you. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, if you like Going Critical, you should check out our sister show that's happening tomorrow night. I think 8 p.m. EST.
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds
Danny?
about correct.
Danny, can you
It's
confirm or deny?
Sorry, I
City. It's a
Yeah,
City of Mist game. It's
it is
Sleepless
City of Mist.
City.
Yes, it is Sleepless
Yeah.
Nights. We start around 8. That's when you guys should join us. I play Gigi over there. Gigi is actually in a moment about to deal with some real bullshit and might die, like legitimately.
Oh,
And
no.
outcome is she could die. So we'll see what that is. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of our first case as a group too. So actually a really good time to join us to see the finale as it comes out.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, wonderful stuff. We will see you next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep rolling, guys.
Thank you
Bye.
for
Roll
watching.
out. Thank you.
Bye.